I don't see it live on YouTube. Ah, there we go. Okay. There's one. And there's two. You're live! Yay! Okay. I think we're Gouda. Hopefully we stay that way. Okay. Hello friends. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Okay. I have to change my monitor over. That's the last thing I forgot. Oh my god, SB! Where is my heart? Thank you so much for the 86 months. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for the 86 months. That is literally forever. How are you? It's so good to see you. Welcome. Okay, I'm just switching my... Of course, this thing is gonna freak out. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. There we go. Whenever I switch my monitor over, everything freaks out. But it's fine. We're doing great. We're doing great, fam. Okay, so our dev guest will be joining us later. I think I forgot to fix a thing for them, actually. Let me do that real quick before we get going. Let's see, we'll test it. Okay, that's what it's gonna look like. I fixed their camera so that you guys will actually be able to see them. But need to make sure... Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I think I might have to do this later anyway. Okay. Cool. Should be good to go pretty much when they join us. You're doing well. About to be finished with tax season. Oh my god, that sounds so nice to just be done. I'm so psyched for you because I know how completely insane that whole season must be. It's insane for me, and I don't even have to do... Well, I sort of still do, but not as bad as before. They're much less complicated now. At least at the moment. Yeah, this game is on PlayStation Plus, so it, anyway, I'm just glad you get some time to chill and relax after all that hard work. And yeah, so Immortals of Aveum just landed on PlayStation Plus yesterday. So if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you can just grab it, claim it, and you get to keep it in your instant game collection for as long as you're subscribed to PlayStation Plus. It doesn't matter what level you are. Also, there's a free trial on PlayStation, even if you're not a PlayStation Plus subscriber. And if you go through the free trial, there's an extra bonus 5% discount at the end of that to purchase the full game, if you would like. There's a free trial on Xbox as well, and a free demo on PC. Those both also have discounts at the end. And we just launched HDR for consoles yesterday. So the patch is live. You just need to make sure you don't have to change any settings in the game if you already have the game. You just have to make sure that your PlayStation and TV are set to HDR. They both have to be set to HDR, and then if you're like already running the game, you might have to restart the game. But basically, it should work from there. Yeah, so HDR is live. HDR is still coming to PC in the near future, and then we have an FSR3 plus frame gen update coming to all the platforms in the near future. So all the things. I need to like move in the morning because I'm just not awake without movement. It's so bad. Oh, Highway Hero, I'm so glad I could make your day better. That's so awesome. That's like the whole point of my stream. Almost 10 years ago. Isn't that insane that it's been 10 years? Almost 10 years ago, I started streaming because at the time, streams were what I found uplifting, what I needed, and it's where I kind of found friends and community when I was pretty much alone in a new city. I had a couple friends and Rob, but like that's it. And I was definitely looking to try new things and meet new people, and boy did Twitch deliver. And I'm so lucky that 10 years later I somehow am still here and you guys are still here. Is bonkers. Some of you guys have been here all along. Some of you guys came in along the way and choose to stick around. chose to stick around, and some of you guys just showed up recently, and you're all awesome, and I appreciate you being here so much. So yesterday when we left off, I just want to make sure we had game sound. You guys, let me know if the music from the game is like too loud or too quiet. I could probably maybe actually just test it out for a second. Okay, it's pretty low. That's kind of what I want. I don't want it to be too loud for you guys. It might be almost too low. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it like that, but you guys let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. I just kind of want it to be chill. Okay. Something like that. Sound is okay. Need to hear NPC talk. Right. That's exactly my thinking. I don't want it to be too loud, especially if devs join today, which they might do. They probably will do. So I don't know if we'll have 2 today, but we might. We might even have more than 2. Who knows? I have no idea. But I'm more prepared today. So I feel bad because yesterday I had told Bogan that like it didn't matter how many people joined, but I assumed they would all join in individual calls or like individual slots pretty much. But that was not the case. So they pleasantly surprised me. And you guys are in for a treat if Julia joins again because she's really, really cool. I've been so lucky to get to work with some really incredible women at my company. There's a whole bunch of them. I won't say their names because I'm not sure they want to be listed or talked about like that, but I just think they're all incredible, and Julia is definitely one of them, and it's just been such like an inspiration. So I'm really glad you guys got to meet her yesterday, along with Dave Bogan, who is incredible and so knowledgeable. And hopefully they both stop by again today. And you almost met Indy. Today, if they stop by, the cam should be big enough to actually show you guys Indy. You didn't mean the devs by NPC? That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know where my brain is going. It's just test brain being test brainy. Okay. All right. So when we left off yesterday, we were about to fight, I'm pretty sure, the Green Magnus. So the construct is just kind of hanging out up there. He'll join us eventually, I'm sure. He'll follow me in here, I think, once I actually go inside. I'm a little nervous for this fight, if I'm honest. It's kind of an intense fight, but it's also kind of fun to start off the stream with a big fight. Why not?
Yeah,
I just want to make sure, real quick, I just want to make sure both the other channels are actually live. They are. Okay. Okay. Good stuff. I am paying attention to all of the chats. So if you guys prefer to chat in YouTube or you prefer to chat in Twitch, you can choose to do whatever you prefer, and it's all good. Here you go. Oh god. This is gonna be tricky. Very, very tricky. Where did he go? There. also completely forgetting that I have a shield. Where are you? Oh my god. He moves so fast. Yes. Okay. Okay. We did it. Work lurk. Enjoy your work lurk. Thank you so much, SB. You were so awesome. Is somebody still alive? Okay. 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 We survived. We survived! I'm building up a new streak with these streams, okay. I know, right? Hearing them is even more important. Yes, true. Listen in, hello, how are you? Worky lurky time, yes. We like worky lurky time. Worky lurky time is great. Awesome. That was so intense for like the very, very start of the morning and the very, very start of the stream. I'm sorry. I kind of had to focus for a minute. There's a lot going on. But we did it. Schmelter, hello, hello. How are you doing? It's great to see you. I think my eyes are just tired. Like my eyeballs are tired. So following fast-moving objects on screen is just like a little bit extra challenging for me at the moment. But that's okay. We still survived. We did all right. It might not have been as fancy as I originally was planning, but it worked, so I guess we're good. But yes, I am streaming. So I'm streaming today and tomorrow as well, same time. I can't go quite as long today, but I'll be able to go pretty much however long I want tomorrow. It'll probably be similar to yesterday tomorrow. Does that make any sense? I have no idea. There's chests everywhere. Okay. I guess I'm glad I didn't really need these. How is your morning or afternoon going, if it's afternoon where you are? How is your time zone? How is your day? What are you guys up to? Mr. Tater, hello! Same test time, same test channel. Oh my god, that's hard to say. But yes, that is exactly what's going on. Okay. So we're going up there. And we're doing stuff up here. What? There we go. Now we just float on over. Oh my god, not quite. Okay. We'll float on over in a second. Maybe we should change my game to be a game instead of just chatting. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Thank you. I, of course, forgot to do that. Of course I forgot to do that. I'm so sorry. Immortals of Aveum. I am a failfish. Except it didn't change. All right, it should now be correct. Hopefully. You may need to refresh. It changed. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Hydro. Oh my god, I completely spaced. My brain is done. It's so done. Too many things. I am forever. Thank you so much for the 101 months. That is a bonkers amount of time. Hello, Low Tech. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing so well. I doubt you have a bot for that here. That can do that for you. I don't know. I think Nightbot can do that, and you still have Nightbot access. You should, because I haven't changed anything, but I don't actually know how to make Nightbot do it. So, not sure on that one. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the raid, Joseph, and thank you so much. I am forever. Oh no! Oh my god, why am I so bad at jumping? That's easy? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Thank you, Hydro. Thank you so much. Is this time good for you? Is this time good for all of you guys? Because I can do this time. This is a good time for me as well. At least some days. Okay, we're gonna try sprinting and then jumping. There we go. Now we should make it. Didn't I also have stream elements? I do. So I do still have stream elements. But I don't use their bot because we have Nightbot still. Mostly because I don't know if this is even still a thing. It works for you. Nice. Hey, Minion. It's great to see you. So mostly because originally, I don't know how if anything is still the same as it used to be on Twitch. Even though I've obviously still been on Twitch for the last few years. Yeah, Rick, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us over on YouTube. But yeah, I've been on Twitch for 10 years and things have definitely changed over the course of Twitch, but also I've never exactly known how everything works, even when I was streaming every day. That's why I have amazing mods. But it used to be that you could have a couple of like basically permanent non-paying subs to your own personal channel if you were a partner, so that you could have your bot be subbed and it could use your emotes and stuff like that, basically. And you could tie into the API and, you know, good purposes like that. And so we set up Nightbot as one of those subs. And I don't think I have any more of those subs, or at least I didn't when I looked into it for the Stream Elements bot. So we just stuck with Nightbot. Also, Nightbot has like 500 gazillion commands, and I really didn't want to have to redo all of them for Stream Elements bot. I'm sure it's also quite good. But yeah, I just didn't really feel like switching, pretty much. Plus, you know, we love Nightbot. Nightbot apologizes if it does something wrong. You just have to call it by name in chat. Hacks. I love AMD though. I mean, okay, so definitely my colors, you know, are a little different to the standard AMD colors, but AMD and I are very good friends. So, you know, they don't mind. Even though I'm a fan of the blue color scheme, they're okay with it. They, you know, they're still good with me because they're amazing and I love their tech so much. So much. I'm actually playing this game on a 7800 XT Radeon GPU, and my processor is a 5800X CPU, Ryzen CPU, and it runs this game so well. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong key. So I think this gives me refract, which is really great. Now I can do more puzzly things. Started on PS5 yesterday. Oh my goodness. Looks good, but might wait for the other FSR patch. Gotcha. I promise that everybody is working as hard as they possibly can on that. So hopefully it'll get to you guys as soon as possible. And we'll definitely update you on our socials when we have it ready for you guys. Thanks. Not that I have anything against the other tech, you know, manufacturers or anything. They're great too. I just happen to be an AMD fangirl. Because they're awesome and they've been so good to me for a very long time. Oh no, Nightbot. Your Nightbot access is gone? Really? Can you even have Nightbot open? Yes, I do. I have one window full of many tabs. I don't know how many tabs I actually have open on my computer right now. On my personal Chrome account, there's over 1,000. On one of my work Chrome accounts, there's probably close to 500 or 600. Maybe closer to 8, I'm not sure. And then there's 2 other Chrome accounts. One is a work one and one is like my YouTube one, pretty much. That one only has like 3 tabs. That one's gotta start pulling its weight. My connection to Nightbot is as well. Wait, what? But hold on, let me refresh. No, I'm connected. Maybe the channel's not connected? No, it's in the channel. I could have it leave it and come back. If I'm gaming, AMD is the way to go for sure. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Yeah, Rick, definitely, definitely. It's a work in progress, but it is something that we really are excited to get out to you guys for sure. Um, we're psyched both because it'll improve performance across the board for console and PC players, but also because we're actually going to be the first ones with FSR3 and frame gen on console. So that'll be a really good experience and a cool one. Hello, Aaron. How are you doing? Turned out HDR was on for your PS5 the whole time, and your TV is set to support 60 FPS. Oh no, that's okay. That's totally okay. A lot of people had a similar question, so we did check. Basically, you just have to make sure that your PlayStation and your TV are set to HDR, and then fire up the game, and it'll automatically be in HDR. If you've like already got the game running, you probably want to restart the game after making sure everything is turned on. Oh, it has issues with Twitch's API, apparently. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if Nightbot is being updated anymore. That might be why also. It might be that if Nightbot is not being updated anymore, we actually really do have to switch to something else, which I will look into that in the next couple weeks. Kind of once things calm down a little bit post post PlayStation Plus launch, pretty much. Okay. Yeah, Hydro, I agree. We should absolutely do that. Sometime in the next, like, maybe not this weekend or like next week, because I'll still be doing a lot of PlayStation Plus Immortals of Aveum stuff. But hopefully I'll have a little bit more time after that, I think. It's really interesting being in sort of the game industry in general, because there's like moments when things are really, really, really busy, and then there's moments when things calm down. It's just kind of the nature. I think that's kind of the nature of any marketing that anybody does in any industry, actually, because I've seen that with like running and fitness influencers too. There's always like periods of extreme busyness and then periods of quiet. Ow. Can't tell if these guys are dead. I think they are. I think I killed them. Oh, something is still alive. But not for long. You're in a Zoom. You can't be blamed. Yeah, Hydro mod party would be awesome. I love that plan. I absolutely love that plan. We can set up something else. Yeah, yeah. We can either do stream elements, but I feel like we probably should do stream elements bot, since I obviously have access to that. And I love stream elements. They're awesome. I need to like refresh all the things. I probably need to redo some panels below the stream and all that stuff. I am also going to be putting up YouTube videos. I decided that I'm going to do some gaming videos on my original gaming YouTube channel. I may include running related content on that channel somehow, or I may start up a new channel. I haven't quite decided about that yet, because I still really want to do running content. But right now, I think gaming content is probably what you guys want. So, that's very cool, Jonas, and welcome to the stream. Very hyped for Immortals of Aveum. Oh, in xCloud. I don't know if that is something that is going to happen. But hey, you never know. Would be cool. You had a weird save error message, but you restarted and that solved it. That's good. That's good to hear. Usually with any technological thing, and I'm sure you know this, but first step is always turn it off, and then turn it back on again. I have to thank Jeannie, actually, because I did fix my PlayStation connection to my monitor, my actual gaming monitor, and my capture card. But I did find out that my capture card does not have or does not support HDR. So unfortunately, I can't really showcase the PlayStation or Xbox HDR for you guys. But if you have PlayStation or Xbox and you want to see what HDR looks like and you don't yet have the game, there are free trials available. I definitely recommend checking those out. You can claim the standard edition of the game on PlayStation Plus if you are interested. Oh god. I think I probably killed them all. Oh, thank you, Z06! So we released a free content update. It's kind of like a DLC, but it was free a while back, called the Echolector. There are videos on the Ascendant Studios channel, the one that you're in right now. If you just look below, or like go to our list of videos, there's definitely an Echolector video up somewhere. I think it's in the Deep Dives playlist. I don't remember off the top of my head, but there is a video on it.
What the hell?
And that actually that update added New Game Plus. Whoa. That was really cool. So that update added New Game Plus and the Echolector endgame content. So the Echolector endgame content is like a brand new boss, some more lore, some new kind of extra challenging and pocket dimension environments to, try to do combat and get loot in. So there was that. I don't have any info on any future DLCs, but
I need to get to the other side somehow.
If more people buy the game, all things are possible. We will see. Okay, so we are going here. So for anyone that's curious, this is a ley line tower. It's basically where, as you can pretty much clearly see, a bunch of different ley lines converge. And there's some lore info about this that I don't know if you guys want me to tell you because it's kind of spoilery, but basically it's a really important location where magic is really concentrated. Oh, I promise it's been thought about and talked about and hoped for, but right now, who knows? Who knows? Unfortunately, we're kind of in a time where things are just uncertain in the industry. So who knows what will happen. But definitely the more people that see the game and play the game and love the game and ask for a sequel, the more likely it is to happen. So just keep playing, keep letting your friends know about the game, get more people into it, and who knows? Hey, DM Barry, welcome! You got a vinyl album of wasp sounds, but it sounded nothing like wasps. I can't imagine what that would even sound like. Oh, you were looking to the... Okay, I see where you're going with this. You would have fun with my friend, Tweety Expert, who loves puns also. A good friend from the Next Makers and Borderlands stream teams. You collected his face as a trophy! Nice. No. This is where I want you. Oh, okay. Cool. This makes me so nervous. Oh my god, you guys, yesterday after the stream, like actually way after I had finished working for the day, basically right around sunset, Rob and I went for a walk on this like new trail that's been opened up kind of near where we live, and it was so gorgeous. It was literally one of the most gorgeous places I have ever been. And I don't know why this made me think of it. I think because there's a creek and there was a giant tree like across the creek that made it look like you could just walk across, but probably wouldn't have been too safe. But it was very tempting. But it was so beautiful. I think it might be my new favorite place. And it's really close by, so I'm super excited to go there more often. Hey, Dreadclaw, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. You saw a $5 little upgrade. Nice, Rick. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Any funds that you would like to send to the devs, that's always a good thing on any video game, not just ours. But definitely just letting people know you enjoy the game. You know, there's a lot of sort of prevalence of negativity on the internet in general. And I think it's because if people are unhappy with something, they run to tell everyone else, right? But when people are happy with something, they don't often run to tell everyone. They just kind of enjoy it and are happy, and don't talk about it as much. And it would be really amazing if more of the people that enjoy it, and don't get me wrong, you guys are already doing this. Like, there's so many people saying positive things about Immortals on socials. I've been putting together like little screenshots of all the nice comments that you guys put on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and Discord and everywhere, and just like showing them to our devs to kind of make them feel good. So thank you guys for making those comments. It really, really makes a huge difference. And just more of the same is probably the best way to help. You know, let people know that you really like the game, and hopefully more people get to check it out.
Here
and
we
then
go, buddy.
Who knows what happens after that? You're looking at these hotel walls and wondering if you should be downloading this game for your travel PC. Oh my gosh, CO6! We did lower the PC specs required. So if you don't already have the game on Steam, there is a free Steam demo, so you can just kind of see how well it'll run on your travel PC, your laptop, or whatever it is that you're using. I like how this guy just runs past me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sinva Seafood. Uja Boozy.
Okay. Oh. This is another green Magnus. I want to use my Dominion magic on him because it's very, very strong. And he did. Who is attacking me? Oh, he's not dead. Now he's dead. Okay. Okay. You feel like if you love a thing, share the hell out of it. Yes. Yes. I definitely agree with that mentality. Oh. Oh, crap. I think I need to remap Time Burst and Torrent. It's like Torrent is just so useful. Okay. I really am running out of health crystals. That was the title for today's YouTube stream. Green magic, or as you call it, the magical machine gun. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely what green magic is like, and I love it. I love automatic fire weapons in video games because they're so much easier for me to use. I feel like my blue magic's gotten way stronger, even since yesterday. Just with a few more ascensions and a few more talents acquired. You streamed this last night, Ghetto Nerd Society? That's so awesome! Still having trouble getting the other person connected in? No, they're just not, they're not there yet. So I started the stream really early, and Ascendant Studios is actually located in California. not everybody, we're a remote team, so not everybody is in California, but the devs that are going to be joining us today are. So it's really early for them. 7 a.m. is super early for them. So they'll probably be joining us in the next, like, maybe hour or two, something like that. But hopefully before we end stream today. If not, then tomorrow. But yeah, they should probably be joining. I would guess. We didn't set an exact time. I just kind of was like, whenever you guys feel like it, jump in. So yeah, I would guess in the next hour and a half, maybe. You played till the first boss. Took you 3 tries on normal. Oh man, that's so awesome. You good? Laptop can handle it. Nice, nice. That's awesome. You fell in love with the game and just forgot to scream to the world, this game is fire. Oh, CO6, thank you so much for saying so. Seriously, it means so much to all of us to hear that and to know that. It really, like, just hearing about players enjoying it, it fires up the devs so much. And, like, those of us on the marketing team, too. They tell us we're devs, too. I'm good with that. But either way, like, just working on anything related to this game has been a joy, and we just want everybody else to love it like we do, pretty much, you know? So when people tell us they do, it's like, really nice. All the single-player COD players should quit COD right now and come over to play this for a solid week, right? That would be epic. That would be super epic. We have some former Call of Duty devs in our studio. Our founder and CEO actually is a former Call of Duty developer. So I really think the Call of Duty people would love this game if they like magic and anything about magic, pretty much. Not all of them do, but some of them do. So how are you doing, Simplify? It's really great to see you. You can't wait to play it again after you build a new computer. Oh my gosh. So by the time you do that, this game should have FSR3 with frame gen and HDR on PC and all that good stuff. So I bet it'll be a really cool playthrough when you get a chance to do it. The first boss was kicking your backside yesterday. Oh no, Aaron! He does that. He definitely does that. He's pretty strong. This is so beautiful. Just amazing. You do want to actually see more big city types of areas full of NPCs and such? Yeah, that would be really cool. That would definitely be really cool. I think I need a faster. Yeah, I definitely need a faster. This is the only bad thing about having this gear equipped. It's not quite fast enough with it. Probably what I need. There we go. Oh. I got you, minion. Hey, but imagine how good it'll feel to have all that taken care of, right? Oh no, Z06. It's super tough sometimes with these puzzles. It's definitely not just you. You definitely have to have the right equipment set up for it, because you just some of the, like, I really love the God Spear. It's so powerful, and I just really enjoy the animation and the feel of the javelin. It's really satisfying, but it is not speedy by any means. So it's understandable that you'd have to switch. And even the Night Storm as well, like, it's really strong. It's definitely really strong, but it's not the fastest fire rate. It would also be cool if you could use the Triarch ones with all colors instead of only equipping to one. Oh, so like having 3 Triarch sigils, use it for all 3. That would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. Okay. Oh, there's another one. I re-equipped too soon. Okay, hold on. Do I maybe I won't need to re-equip. So I'm definitely going to re-equip. See, that one is also really, really slow. Good lord. I need to... One's a little faster. This one will probably do it. Aw, 06. Rage quit. Oh no, 06, I'm sorry. Yeah, puzzles can definitely be tricky sometimes. Oh no. There we go. Okay. Cool. The good stuff is worth it though. Okay. Alright. Treyarch, yes, before Call of Duty was a time they were known for 2 beloved games featuring a certain wall crawler. See the pressure, yes. Absolutely. I like having a little construct buddy. Plus, he's like one of my favorite colors. I love blue, obviously, but I also love this like cool toned, kind of almost a little bit bluish green. Very pretty. Very pretty. Nice to have a buddy.
I was starting to worry about you, sir.
The airship won't be bothering us again. But the hand wasn't aboard, so keep your eyes
Hey,
open.
Empires!
What's your position?
Hopefully,
tower
it'll be
courtyard.
soon. That's kind of all I
Heading up to
can
the
say
top.
right
Stay
now.
put. I'm almost there.
Yeah, well, I don't see an off switch on this lift.
It's hard to say
so-
sometimes
Stay
with these things
put.
because technology doesn't always cooperate. And when people are trying to figure stuff out, it's really hard to give like an actual estimate. So let's just say that work is in progress. And believe me when I say we're very motivated to get the update out to you guys. So hopefully soon.
Guess we're going in.
Okay. In we go. This is gonna be crazy. I just know it. Sounds good, Ghetto Nerd. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was very nice to see you.
Show
Sandrak.
yourself, font of yon
I
power.
actually really love his armor.
I draw you forth through the power of Thradakol.
So fancy.
the Binding Stone.
Very fancy.
We've got a problem.
What is it?
More like who? Sandrak's here.
What? Hold your position. I'm on my way.
He'll be gone by then.
That was an order, Initiate.
Say again? I'm losing you.
You do know I can just see you waving your hand around.
My favorite game? Oh gosh, that's such a difficult question to answer.
An
I
immortal?
have different favorites in different genres. And some are like
Welcome, brother.
favorites because they're
Do you know who I
nostalgia
am?
favorites.
Sandrak.
I suppose Kirkin has poisoned you against me,
I'll
brother.
answer after the
She
cinematic.
didn't have to. Your men killed my family.
Did they? I have no memory of that. A great many people have died in this war. Would it comfort you to know that I'm close to ending it?
Don't turn your back on me!
Send him to his family.
Oh boy. Oh god.
I need more time to finish this. Let me give you a hand.
Hey, stop!
CO6. I think we actually have we have people in Austin. I don't remember how many. Oh my god. Oh boy. Ah! Oh god. Ow. Ah. Oh my god. Can't see it. There we go. Think I got him. Okay, okay. That was a little bit intense.
You are broken and you are bound, crown of you calm.
Oh no. No. Right. So this is the Shrouded Realm, in case you were wondering.
What is this place? Wait, this is the Shrouded Realm.
I love the Shrouded
Is
Realm.
that
I really wish we got to spend more time
Pentasod?
here. It's just so beautiful. Wait, where'd he go? Oh. Hello. Oh, I'm so glad to hear you're liking it, Thar. That's awesome. Oh my god.
What are you? Whoa! What are you doing?
Hello, Pentasod.
Jack!
That was so cool.
What happened? Sandrak and the Hand vanished when I arrived.
Yeah,
He
he's kind of
cast some
massive.
kind of spell. I tried to stop him.
You were supposed to wait for me, Initiate.
The ley line, he absorbed it. I don't understand. I saw something.
Saw what?
When his spell was cast, I left my body. I went somewhere else.
Out with it.
I saw the Pentasod. It's alive.
Yeah, Aaron. You'll have to tell me later if your guess was correct. I'm curious.
Sir?
You wanted
we
more
should
time
talk.
there? Me too.
Up there, Sandrak referred to me as a brother. And not like, oh, hey, look, it's another Magnus, but more
Like someone from his order.
Exactly.
Complicated subject. One I'm not going to get into here.
Hey,
You're not
Anubis, how are
going
you
to explain
doing?
how Sandrak is an immortal.
Was.
You're not going to explain how Sandrak was an immortal.
Thought I made that clear, Initiate. That's something Kirkin will talk to you about.
What about pretty please tell me when,
Hey,
why,
Lucidin, how are you?
Sandrak was an immortal?
That might fly with Kirkin, sure.
I
Give it a
promise
try.
I haven't
meant
forgotten
with
your question, Empires.
You know what?
I just want to
Never
talk
mind.
over the in-game chatter.
I should just go.
Wait a minute. Listen. About your vision of the Shrouded Realm. I want
Yeah,
the Pentasod. It is alive.
Oh, nice, Anubis.
All we ever see here
Well, thank
in this
you.
world, in our world, is only the physical manifestation of its true form in the Shrouded Realm. In Kalthus, our mystics say this form visits them in dreams in the winter. In other parts of Avium, prophets, saints, madmen have all claimed to have seen it at one time or another.
so I'm a saint, is what you're saying.
I just wanted you to know that you're not.
That I'm not special? No worries, sir. Kirkin lets me know that all the time.
Can you ever shut up? I'm saying you don't have to feel alone, Jack. I don't want you to feel like you might become a pariah.
Careful. You could end up being nice to me for the first time ever.
You're
I love
impossible.
Zendara.
No, I mean it. That was really kind of you.
Oh,
Thanks.
Z06, it's all good. You're not alone, I promise.
right.
There's just
I'll meet you
3
back at
channels
Califon.
right now that I'm streaming
Sandrak
to.
absorbing a ley line isn't something we're even remotely prepared for. Kirkin will be eager
There's
to
a few
talk.
people watching on the Ascendant Studios channel, but maybe not everybody's chatting. But yeah, so favorite games. Immortals of Aveum is definitely one of them. It's for so many reasons. I am a gameplay snob and a gunplay snob and a graphics snob. I am the worst about those things. And this game has all of them in abundance in really good quality. So it's definitely a favorite because of that, and also because of the amazing people I've gotten to work with that developed it, and just my whole experience with it. I feel very lucky to be a part of this team, and the game that we've put out is just, I mean, it's beautiful, and I just hope more people see it. But yeah, aside from that, I'm a big Destiny fan. One to pretty much put like an ungodly amount of hours into both of them, especially two, over the years. And I still play kind of when I have time with my partner. And the Mass Effect series, 1 through 3. I don't have a favorite of the 3, but those are probably like some of my favorite sort of story experiences. And I really liked the gunplay and the gameplay in 2 and 3, not so much in 1, but it was older. So we kind of give it a pass. I love Bloodborne and Souls-likes in general. Bloodborne is probably my favorite Souls-like just because it was my first. And everybody told me I couldn't play it at all because I can't use a controller due to an old permanent injury to my right hand. I have to use a trackball and a keyboard. I actually use, I'll show you real quick. This is the keyboard I use that I built. This is 1/2 of a split keyboard. I really only use the half to game with, but I reprogram it basically to do everything. So I do everything with my left hand on this keyboard, and then I just aim like this is my right, left. This is my left hand. I'm sorry, my camera's mirrored. This is my left hand, so all I can do with my right is move the camera around. Everything else, jumping abilities, everything I do with my left. So, yeah, I learned how to play. I actually didn't have this when I learned how to play Bloodborne. I just used a regular mechanical keyboard, and at the time I was using a mouse, but it was just, it took me like a month to get to the first boss, but it was such a good experience. It was amazing. And it got me into all the other Souls-likes. So, that one. And EVE Online, because that is the game that got me into video games, basically. It wasn't the first game I ever played, but it was within the first 5. And it got me playing again when I didn't think I could play games after my injury. And it's where I like made all of my really good friends. It's how I found out about Twitch. They encouraged me to start streaming, and it's become my career. And I'm still friends with a lot of those guys. And yeah, it just like kind of changed my life. So I played it really hardcore for about 4.5 years. So I don't play it anymore because I would never do anything else. It's dangerous, but it's definitely a favorite. If I can see the chat on your chat on the phone, it's all your picture. Oh, I gotcha. Is that an Ergodox? No, Anubis, it's a Kyria keyboard, so it's kind of similar to an Ergodox, but it is, I think we have a command in chat for it. That's the trackball. Those are pictures of it. Keyboard. Can't remember what the command is. Maybe? I don't remember what the command is. I'm so sorry, but it is listed below this stream if you look at the panels below the stream. You have PTSD with Bloodborne? Oh no! Okay, okay, Zendara. I love her as a character. She's so awesome. She's so strong and not just physically, and I love that. I absolutely love that. I also freaking love this location so much. Oh, okay, that's cool, Nubis. No worries. But yeah, it's called the Kyria. If you just look it up, like Google Kyria, at any point, you'll find it. That's cool, Anubis. You played Eve for a couple months, managed to do basically everything you wanted to try, from wormholes to even commanding fleets. That's awesome! Bloodborne also holds a special place for you because it's when you found me. Oh, no. I kind of want to replay it at some point. I always say that. But I feel like I should just play Elden Ring before I, like, play and actually finish Elden Ring before I play Bloodborne. Too many games, not enough time. You were convinced to buy it, and you couldn't get past the first section. It was so hard. Oh my god, yes. I mean, literally, it took me an entire month of streaming every single day for like 8 or more hours a day, every day for a month, like including weekends. I basically didn't take days off ever when I first started streaming. It was not very healthy. Maybe I took a day off here and there, but I really enjoyed the game that much, but I was very bad at it. Like, that was just literally me trying to get past the starting area to the first boss for a month. I will say, I was still playing off of the OBS preview back then, so I also don't recommend doing that. Okay, we're going this way. God, the Palathon is just so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Thanks, Minion. You had no idea to hurt myself. Yeah, it was a long time ago. My hand injury, it's so silly. I basically, I went bowling for like the first time in my life, or like the third time in my life, and I had a ball that was too heavy, and I thought I broke my arm, but I really just like pulled and tore some tendons, and they never really got fixed, and so my right hand is just a little bit diminished capacity, but I mean, it's still fine for most things. I just can't really like write for any length of time. Doing things with my thumb, like I can grip, but if I have to grip and also push with my hand for any length of time, it's really bad. So like repetitive movements hurt, stuff like that. So I just type instead of writing, and I use a trackball instead of a mouse, and I can't use a controller because I can't, my thumb, like I can't do the circular motion with my right thumb. So no controllers for me, but I make do. I have a really good adapter for consoles that I can use. The only really like thing that I miss is, not that I even really did it a ton before, but I wish I could use like a handheld, like the Nintendo Switch. I wish I could use the Nintendo Switch or a Steam Deck, you know? I would absolutely have both of those and use them a ton.
Whole thing.
Take up a position at the table, Initiate. There's a lot to talk about.
If I look at
Any
this
of these
table,
possible font shapes look familiar.
None, sir.
if I didn't have
None
that issue.
unfamiliar with
Hey,
dealing
Kenny
with
Stone, how are you doing?
Cranky and unforgiving, sir.
Problem with looking for shapes to
Building a
describe them is
replacement
that,
finger for your
well,
mom. Oh my
the
gosh, I
observer
knew
gives the
this.
shape to
That's
the
really
font
cool
when
of
they see it.
you.
Says
That's
who?
really, really cool of you.
He's right.
Let's
The
go.
pen
Left
type
hand is
said
the
this,
best.
and no one
Lefties
hears of
unite.
argue
Yes.
with them, are they? No, because they started to stretch themselves into infinity, trying to work out every
Oh my gosh, that's so cool,
mathematical
Aaron.
shape the font might
Those are
take,
great
and then
games.
shing, the Pentadi get launched into a different dimension, like a cosmic slingshot made up of unhealthily preoccupied accountants.
You're tiptoeing around blasphemy, Devon.
Why the civilized
Maybe,
world
Ness?
insists on using the pentad calendar as standard, knowing
I've
what
done
happened
that
to
with
them,
my phone
it
for a couple of
just-
phone games.
It just vexes me to no end. is
Triggers
what
and the
it
forward
does.
back button.
Thaddeus said
Yeah.
the fonts were 2 cans of invisible and
Maybe.
3
I think it
pounds
would
of
probably
extra
depend on the
heartache for
game.
looking.
Yeah, I don't... What?
Thaddeus said things.
Aw, Aaron,
I'd
yeah,
like to
that's so
remind
cool.
everyone that Sandrak is most likely now capable of magic. On a mythic scale.
Oh, is that why we're here?
Caesar? Very cranky.
I know it's uncharacteristic of me to advise focus. I blame my present nervousness.
I love Devon. Also, this is so crazy. Like, you're literally looking into different locations. This war room is so beautiful. It's a good opportunity to talk about it, even though Bogan isn't here yet. But it's just so cool. Like, the design for it. Your portaling locations. The table is so beautiful. Oh my god. It's amazing. Thinking from an ergonomics point of view, just swapping the Switch's joystick to another finger or linking it to something like a wrist gimbal, that might work. Maybe. So if the joystick, if I could use like, so the reason my trackball works so well for me, I think we have a trackball command. I can't really show you the trackball because it's cable managed a lot. No, it's great, Anubis. First of all, I love engineers and how your brains work. I think that's amazing. I have had to troubleshoot so many different things and learn a little bit of coding and just I am my own only tech support. So I definitely am not an engineer, but I've had to learn to think that way, and I love it so much. I think it's genius. It was actually a bunch of engineers in a Discord that originally got me to build my first keyboard. They didn't really get me to do it. I was curious and I was lurking, and they were talking, and I started asking questions, and they answered them, and I was encouraged, and so I decided to build my own keyboard, and we kind of went from there. But one of the reasons I use a trackball is because an engineer suggested it. They basically were like, because at the time my right hand was hurting using a mouse from gripping the mouse a lot. And I had asked if it would make sense to like change the switches in my mouse to make them lighter, require less pressure basically to activate. And they were like, well, you could do that, but why don't you just switch to a trackball so you don't have to grip or move the thing at all? You can just like control it with your fingers, not your thumb, but like these 3 fingers is what I use. I have an L track. That's the type of trackball. This is like a big trackball, and I just use these 3 fingers to kind of, it's almost like using a track pad. It was really easy for me to adapt. And I really love it. But yeah, they were like, you can use layers and, just remap your keyboard to whatever game you want, use macros. That way you take as much pressure off your right hand as possible. And that's how I actually ended up with the setup I have now. So huge thank you to those guys. But yeah, I think if I could do the joystick with like my middle finger pretty much, or like maybe my 3 middle fingers on my right hand, if I could use those for a joystick, maybe. What I really wish is for them to make a Steam Deck with a trackball built in.
Sounds like Zendara filled you
That
in,
would
sir,
be
but
incredible.
I've got about a
They talked
million
about it
questions.
briefly when they were first
Story
developing
time,
it,
Jack.
I think, but
And I used
they
to
ended
really
up
love stories.
just going with a regular
The
joystick.
Shrouded
I wish they
Realm
had done it
is a
though.
world of raw, untempered magic. A magic so formless and wild, it's impossible to master.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Oh no,
Then the
Aaron.
Penticide came to that
Sony
world
and Naughty
and
Dog
created
having
the
words would be
fonts.
crazy.
5 great anchors that connected the Shrouded Realm to Aveum. The ley lines spread out from these fonts, traveling through both worlds, turning the Shrouded Realm's magic into a resource we could use.
If someone could capture the power of a font, they'd control magic in a way that no Magnus has before.
Like a living ley line tower, capable of drawing magic from the very source, capable of even redirecting it away from other Magni.
Sandrak has done exactly that. We believe he's in possession of a Thrada Cull, a binding stone, an artifact that can control the fonts.
So that's what I saw the hand pull out of the ruins.
That would be awesome.
That's right. With it, Sandrak will
Oh,
eventually
thanks,
be able to
Anubis.
block our access to magic completely. Then the Everwar is over.
Over? As in he takes over Lucium?
As in, he takes over everything.
It's so ominous every time she says that.
Sir, respectfully and
I mean, it's
whatever,
intended to be,
you're
but
wrong.
I feel the ominous
Excuse me?
vibes
Oh boy.
very
You said
strongly.
it yourself. Magic is a resource. Just because Sandrak absorbed a font or whatever doesn't mean his power is endless. It's just that it's probably ginormous. If he found a way to use the Binding Stone, so can we. We can take it back and then...
Make yourself at home.
I bring you good news, sister. Peace is near.
My God, the Morbane is
Allow
so
me to let you in.
huge. I forgot how huge he
A
was.
small kindness between friends.
If you would have it.
We were just discussing what the best response would be to your desecration of the fonts.
Had you yet
Oh,
concluded you
that
have
sounds
none?
really cool, Anubis. Yeah, he's huge. You get to fight him at the end of the
Let us meet at Nicaea
campaign.
to discuss the terms of your surrender. I hear now you speak for your king. So there should...
Trap!
The boy does not know me. You have my word. The traditions of Aristea will be upheld. Without
Like,
violence. I see
Sandrak
Lucium
isn't even as
genuinely
tall as
survives
his
this part of
waist.
history.
That's ridiculous. I feel like I knew the Morbane was huge, but you don't really understand
Well, that's
that until
horrible.
you see him next to
Full
someone
fashion.
else. It's bonkers.
Devin, make sure every last trace of them is really gone. Zendara, I need you to speak to the watch commanders.
We're meeting Sandrak at Nicaea.
We're outgunned, not outfought. Not yet. Jack, let's talk.
Oh boy. I want to talk to Devin. He's less intimidating.
You good?
With the most dangerous man alive just strolling into the Palathon briefing room. From 1,000 miles away through some spatial overlap warping spell that no one's ever seen before.
Yeah,
guess you're
Aaron, basically.
I'm just saying there's a lot to unpack there.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Wait, Jack, listen. I know you have a grudge, to put it probably too lightly, with Sandrak for what he did to your home.
But...
What are
don't-
everyone's
well,
favorite
you know,
games?
Let all that cloud your judgment when we try
Good
and...
question to ask. Of everybody
Backstab him
in
at
all the
Nicaea.
chats.
There's no word, really, for the kind of power he wields.
Don't worry, I'm a soldier. I won't make a move until Kirkin gives the word.
That in no way lines up with your past interaction with your superiors.
Hey!
I'm just saying. Rumor is you're a bit of a shoot from the hip. Bit of a bull rush. That can't happen in Nicaea.
I love
I'm sorry.
Devin.
I really need to get it together. Foreign magics are difficult to scrub out of a breach zone on the best of days.
Okay. Just really.
Sir? About Nicaea?
Definitely not now, Initiate. The Grand Magnus wants to speak to you.
Right. I'll come back.
Don't.
Yeah, Aaron. Okay.
Is Zendara right? We're going to actually walk into Sandrak's trap.
It's not a trap. Sandrak fashions himself after the nobility of Aristea. He'll honor the tradition of Nicaea as neutral ground.
Sir, I know you don't plan to surrender.
Not even a little bit. We'll take him by surprise, hit him with everything we got, and hope the power of that binding stone of his is found
Sonic
wanting.
3 and Knuckles.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
what system is that
our
on?
Trap, then.
I
The
love
Immortals
Knuckles.
can't let
Knuckles is
Sandrak
like
take
I love
control of
Sonic,
magic,
but
Jack.
Knuckles is my favorite
We
Sonic
have to take our
character.
chances.
Speaking of the Immortals
So
and Sandrak having been an Immortal and you never telling me your fellow Immortal,
I figured this was coming. There's not a lot.
I had a right to know. You recruited me the day Sandrak destroyed my home. I've been fighting against Rasharn ever since you told me.
What difference would it have made?
I don't know. But how do you benefit by constantly keeping secrets from me?
Sega Mega
You could have told me about the
Drive.
fonts
Cool.
long before any
Sega
of this.
Genesis
You
in
could
the
have
US.
told me how
Gotcha.
using magic destroys the world before training me.
You joined the army, Jack, not the academy. You only needed to know what helped you in the field.
I don't feel that's a good enough answer, sir.
I'm sure you can live with it for the time being. If we survive Nocia, we can talk about it again. Now, a few pieces need to fall into place for this ambush to work. I need you to take this to Captain Selko.
A portal stone. Any message to go along with it?
Selko will know what to do. You'll find him in Lordsfell along with a battalion of our soldiers.
Understood. I'll head out now.
Okay. Onwards into the fray. So I didn't start playing video games until I was older. I didn't really grow up playing them. It was kind of just not like a thing for my family. But when I got to college, that's when I actually got really started to get really into video games. And so the Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive was before my time a little bit, but I've definitely seen a lot of older games, mostly on Twitch, honestly, because a lot of people like will play remakes or play games that are emulated, that kind of thing. And so I've seen a fair amount of it, and like all of those older games look so adorable. Okay, this is where I'm going. Portal stone to Selko. Okay. So beautiful. Ah, there he is. Hello, sir.
So, Kirkin didn't say what that thing does.
Probably better you don't know, sir.
Is it though?
If you got captured.
Sure. It's just, if I knew the whole plan, it could be helpful, since I'm like...
Hey, Paranormal
part
Video
of
Gamer,
the
welcome
plan.
to the stream. Thank you
Am
so
I
much
right?
for stopping
You have a
by.
point.
I hope your
You
Wednesday's
aren't
going
going
great.
to tell me, are you?
Nope.
Great. See you around, Captain.
Okay.
Jack, Kirkin's asking for an update.
I delivered the portal stone to Captain Selko. What's next?
Rendezvous with the rest of us at Nocia. Our parley with Sandrak is imminent.
Parlay.
What?
Never heard anyone actually use that word.
It's the nerves.
Uh-huh. See you soon.
Yeah, I've never actually heard the name Mega Drive before, but that makes sense. You're downloading the demo? That's so awesome, Dayhawk! That's really cool. Well, thank you so much for checking out the game. I'm so excited for you to try it. Definitely let us know what you think. That's exciting. It's very exciting. I hope you have an absolute blast with it. You got it as Mega Drive in the UK. Gotcha, yeah. I wonder what it's called in other countries as well. Sorry, I saw a shiny. Because I had to get the shiny, but also look at the view! Why is it so cool? There's a list, really? That's neat. What's my favorite part of this game? You bought it a while ago and you haven't really played it because you've been working on other games. I totally understand. Hey, well, you're right on schedule for all the nice updates. There is an update coming to PC for HDR, but the update for HDR, for bringing HDR to the game is currently live on consoles. And, okay. Gosh, that's satisfying. So my favorite part of this game, it's a tough question to answer too. I have favorite locations and like favorite fights, but I really love a lot of it. So some of my favorite locations are definitely the Shrouded Realm, and which if you haven't fully played the game yet, you might not have seen the Shrouded Realm. It's kind of like we actually just visited briefly, but we'll spend some time there later, kind of towards endgame. Really, really beautiful location, and also the Pale Forest. I love this. The Colossus. The Colossus is insane. It's such a cool part of the game. It's so beautiful and interesting. So that's the Colossus that I'm talking about. Eventually, there'll be one that we get to go inside of as it's like moving and functioning, and there'll be battles in and on it. But that is basically part of a giant mechanized robot that you can go inside and like do things inside of it. Insane. My arm looks like a Borg ready to assimilate someone. Nice. I guess that makes sense. PlayStation was where your gaming life was truly made. I gotcha. Better late than never for gaming, definitely. Bred for gaming at a very young age. I love that. Hey, Cleed. Any tips for new players? Yeah, so my biggest piece of advice would be to try new gear that you pick up along the way. And also don't worry about like places that you can't get to early in the game. So for example, if you see, it's really far away here, but there's a little like purpley kind of shiny sparkly thing right where I'm aiming. I don't know how well you guys can see that on stream. If I see another one closer up, I'll definitely point it out. But that's basically a grapple point, right? And there's a whole puzzle up there. So when you first start playing the game, you'll see different areas in various locations that you kind of play through that you kind of can't access yet. So just don't stress out about figuring them out. Kind of wait until you have all of the augment abilities, which are kind of alterations to your control spells that you activate with your left hand, like the lash ability. Once you have those, you can gain access to different areas that are blocked or complete certain puzzles, and there's some pretty cool loot behind most of them. So that's one tip. The other tip is definitely try different pieces of gear. So they all function very differently. Like right now, I'm using a javelin sigil with my blue sigil in my blue sigil slot, and it's a really, really fun kind of slower but really strong kind of attack that you can aim pretty accurately. But if I was to switch to something else, like maybe this guy, just the way it shoots is very different, right? And the different stats on it and the different feel of it. I love how this one is designed. The little blue spinny thing is so cool. But yeah, and that's true of all of these. Your red, your blue, and your green sigils are going to perform differently. So definitely check out different gear. There's a ton of different bonuses and different upgrades you can make. I'm actually playing in New Game Plus. So you see all of these upgrade slots. You'll have 4 upgrade slots in normal game. And then if you decide to play New Game Plus, you'll basically get double that. So however many you had originally for an item, maybe it's 1, you'll have 2 in New Game Plus. Yeah, no problem, Clee. Definitely. Just enjoy it. Yeah. Have a good time with it. There's a lot of really cool little like lore tidbits. Definitely worth exploring. Let me change to the correct thing before I continue. Let's see. Got here. I think we're good. Hey, Epic Playa, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. God, that's satisfying. Really. So satisfying. I love it. You have the PS5 version? That's awesome, Paranormal! Yeah, I 100% agree. It's such a visually stunning game. Truly. I think my favorite things about it are obviously the visuals. I'm definitely an eye candy person. When it comes to games in general, I love like immersive, just beautiful experiences because I spend so much time in these places or so much time staring at screens. So I love when the stuff I stare at is pretty, obviously. But also the gunplay, like the magic play and the movement and everything, I just really like how it all works. It's just, like I said, very satisfying when you actually kill stuff. Oh, there's another one. Bye. All the weapons aren't guns, but bracers you wear on your arm. Yeah, so basically, you're not using guns. You're using magic. And your sigils and your other equipment help you to focus your magic in certain specific ways, right? So, like the sigils you wear on your right arm, right? This one will focus your blue magic, and then you'll have a green one that focuses your green magic in a different way, and another one that focuses your red magic in a different way. And then on your left hand, you have your control spells. And so you'll have like the whip. These are called totems, these pieces of gear, and they just focus your magic in a different way. And then you'll have like rings and bracers and things like that that can just enhance everything overall. And then you also have furies, which I'm sure I can use one in a second. But basically, furies are attacks that you do with both hands, and they're more powerful. They do take a little bit longer to cast. And some of them you won't have access to immediately. You need to like find them along your way. Like this one is Vortex, and you actually find this a little bit later on, but it's a really powerful spell that will pull enemies into one location, and then you can just attack them there. It'll also damage them, and you can find these. Once you discover Vortex, it's in the blue tree, and you can level it all the way up. I am playing a New Game Plus, so I had already a lot of ascensions to put into all of these, and I'd already discovered like Vortex and Time Burst is the other one that's you have to like find out in the world. A couple of others as well, but those two are like they're kind of off the beaten path, so you can skip them. You don't need them to finish the game, but they're really fun to use. So I definitely recommend trying to find them. But yeah, so like Vortex, if you level it all the way up, right, it lasts longer, it has greater range, your enemies will take more damage from all sources when they're stuck in a vortex, and there's vortex damage over time as well. So that's a really powerful fury. Shatter is also really good. That's this one. So if you're ever facing something with like a blue shield in front of it, Shatter is probably what you want to use against those. There's a bunch of other ones. Torrent is really nice. This is the one that, like, if you have an enemy to hit, it will kind of automatically home in on them and do a whole lot of damage all at once. It does cost mana, so like you see the flashing colors down below me. Furies cost mana to cast, and you can fill that up with mana crystals. And then there's a couple of different talents that can kind of give you back Fury mana as you play, depending on certain things that you do. And then the big shiny golden thing, that is your Dominion. It's like your ultimate, basically, spell. That requires also both hands, and it takes even longer to cast, but it literally is a beam of all three colors of magic shooting out from your hands and just like decimating everything in your path. I don't want to use it right now to show you because then I'll have to like wait for that Dominion mana to come back. It's separate from Fury mana, so you can't fill it with Fury crystals or mana crystals. You basically fill that up by killing enemies. And in your talent tree, actually, let me just show you real quick. There are a bunch of talents like along the center column, and sometimes on like with different gear as well. You can increase Dominion mana generation with blue spells. So every time you use a blue spell, you get some Dominion mana. So, Neo, hello, how are you doing? But yeah, so it's actually a pretty cool system. So you're not really you're basically just shooting magic from your hands, and the gear that you equip enhances that magic and focuses it in different ways. I hope that helps explain it. Thanks, Dayhawk. I do work for the studio, so I am on the marketing team. I'm the community content manager. I think I can do this puzzle, but I think I'm gonna save it for later. I need to go this way. I need to go this way. Oh, hello. We might have a developer guest as well in just a second. Okay, awesome. Have Bogan joining us again today. Sure. No problem, Dayhawk. I'm good, Neo. Very good. Okay. Hey, Bogan.
What's up? Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let me get your cam on. I've changed the style of it, so if Julia wants to join you, you totally can.
What's that? Oh, she's not in the office yet. So
I gotcha.
I came in early.
Yeah. Well, whenever. I'm not streaming as long today. I think I've got another hour and a half to go today. Tomorrow will be like the normal amount of time. But
Hour and a half, perfect, because I have a meeting at 10.
Cool. That totally works. Okay, let me. I think all I need to do is that. Nope. Gotta do one more thing. There we go. Oh. Size changed. And no, I set it up before stream. Of course. Technology, please.
Huh?
Just OBS not cooperating with me. Fun. How do I fix this?
Oh, bullshit. That's OBS.
Yeah, OBS. Sometimes it just doesn't like me. It just doesn't quite want to cooperate. Okay. Is it not working how it's supposed to? Yeah. Oh, I know why. I think I know why. All the things are borked. Okay. Okay. Maybe that'll do it. Let's see.
It's fixed to me.
Okay, there we go. OBS, cooperate with me, please. OBS is actually amazing. It's open source software that is so powerful. It's just a little quirky is all.
It's open source?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of crazy because it's really, really powerful, but it's open source. The people that have been working on it have been working on it for years and years and years. They still put out a ton of updates. Hey, Say, thank you so much for the 84 months. Are there advantages to having the game on PC or PS5? There's no different content, if that's what you mean. So right now, consoles have HDR and PC doesn't, but there's going to be an update really soon that will add HDR to PC as well. That's just because we sort of had to put the updates out separately. But in general, it's all the same content. It just kind of depends on what you prefer, really, Paranormal. Obviously, if you have PlayStation Plus and you want to get it through your subscription, that's totally cool. If you want to see how it runs on your PC before purchasing it, I definitely recommend getting the free demo on Steam. We did lower the minimum PC specs a while back, so it probably runs better than a lot of people expect. I don't think a lot of people realize that we did that. But yeah, so it's just kind of personal preference. But there's no separate content. There's no like Sony exclusive or anything like that.
I would say if you have a really powerful PC, though, resolution, you can go higher on PC. That's probably the only real difference.
That's a very pro tip from Bogan.
And there's some other features that are more akin to PC. Like, you know, on console we have FSR, soon to be FSR 3.
Yeah.
But on PC you have some more options. So like you just have a bigger options menu on PC pretty much.
Yeah. You can increase your field of view on PC. That is actually kind of a big deal for some people. So thank you, Bogan, for reminding me.
Mostly technical stuff.
Yeah. Oh God. Things are attacking me. In a video game. How dare they? I started this stream off with the fight with the green Magnus, and I was like, I'm not awake enough for this.
Oh yeah, 3 cups of coffee for that one for sure.
Right? It's a good fight though. Okay, so we are about to meet Kirkin at Nocia and have a little parlay with Sandrak and crew. I have a fun question for you, Bogan. So when Sandrak and the Hand and the Morbane showed up in the war room earlier, I realized just how much bigger, like taller, the Morbane is than everyone else. Like literally, Sandrak only went up to his waist. How did you guys? Yeah, how did you guys decide to make him
up ahead.
like that?
Face, Jack.
Well, if you remember, we can dip into some lore stuff here, which is cool. The Morbane is actually a reaver.
Oh right.
So if you remember in Training Grounds, that big, crazy-looking garbage can head guy.
Yeah. We're about to fight one right here.
It looks like his head looks like a clamshell. We're keeping with the nautical theme or the marine theme. The Reaver is I'm sorry, the Reaver is his old name. It's the what do we call them again? The something.
Oh, that doesn't work on you, clearly.
Terrible memory.
This guy.
Weren't
they Magni that like were corrupted or something?
Yeah, so I'm going to use the old name, Reaver, because I'm an idiot and can't remember their actual name. The Unforspoken, is that what? No, what are they called?
Hold on, I have the book, and they're in the book.
Oh, get the book.
This
I can't believe I can't remember. I'm just
no, it's okay. Coffee. I can't remember off the top of my head either. And I wrote a lore post and made like a video about them relatively recently, so it's not just you. Memory is tough. Hold on, I'll find them. I'll find them soon. They're not a beast. They're this art book is so incredible. Here's the Morbane. The Oathbroken.
Oathbroken.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can read you the entry if you want.
Yeah, do it.
The Oathbroken were once high Magni of Kalthus that broke faith with their kingdom to join Sandrak. For their treachery, they were cursed, drained of their magic, and fused with the unholy spirits of the Gomjigob. I don't know what that is.
That's a Michael Kirkbrideism.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I don't know how he comes up with these names, man. It's just
Yeah.
bonkers.
So cool. Yeah, so what were you gonna say?
Okay, so those basically what that's saying is like these powerful magnets from Calthus basically broke their oaths to the king or queen of Calthus at the time, and separated and went and joined Sandrak's side. As punishment, they're basically berserk. Like they're not all inside the garbage can and clamshell up top. They're not all there. So they're pretty roidy ragey. But the Morbane is actually one of the more even stronger ones who managed to keep his intellect. So he's super dangerous because he's got the muscle and aggression of the Oathbroken.
This all feels a
But
bit improvisational, if I'm being
I don't
honest.
know. He must have made a deal or something.
Yeah.
He is one of the Order of Masks. Basically, that shows up with Sandrak. The Order of Masks are basically Sandrak's
No banner.
Council of High Magnus that joined him in his efforts to overtake Avium.
I held a
So yeah, he's massive,
reason.
just like an Oathbroken. I keep wanting to call him Reavers.
Yeah, that's what I think of them as too. Because I think when I first joined Ascendant, they were still called Reavers.
And you just want
Yeah.
to save it.
Sorry, my kitty's like, hello, it's an hour before lunchtime.
Its mastery over
Just
the
reminding
frontiers
you.
can end the war.
You mean win the war by turning the rest of us defenseless.
In our every meeting, a yipping pup.
Jack's right, though. You're not worthy of that power, Sandrak. Your airships bomb the free cities of the East and then wonder why they resist you now? The last order that surrendered to Rasharn, you burned their ambassadors alive. If my eye is ever bent towards the world's ruin, it's because I'm trying to stop the man causing so much of it.
Please, don't make me do this.
Captain Selko. You went mad. You didn't abandon us. You were exiled. And I'm still
Does
paying
the audience
price for
hear
not
the
killing
sound?
you.
Yes, they do.
Remember,
You just don't.
this
Sorry.
blood is on your hands.
I can turn it on for you actually if you want to.
No, that's okay. Quite all right.
It's the wound.
He's moving it!
We have to go! Now! Fall back!
I might have to put her in the room. She's very sweet, but she won't stop. Oh my god. No. We'll see where we end up. I don't quite remember. More cutscene. Okay, I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Devin.
Jack, glad you're on your feet. That could have been so much worse. Took ages, but Zendara was finally able to dig you out of the rubble.
Oh, no, not her. I rather would have died. I'm never living that down.
Nope. Never.
How many did we lose?
Considering Sandrak just dropped a city into the wound, surprisingly few. But enough to have made his point. Kirkhan's left for Lavenry to talk with the king. He wants a full surrender after Nocia. There's even talk that Kirkhan's emergency powers may be rescinded.
So who's in charge?
Zendara. And I'll warn you, she's in a bit of a mood.
Kind of on brand for her.
I heard that.
Meet us in the war chamber, Jack.
The
We've
banter
come to
is
the
so
conclusion
good.
that we're in desperate need of a plan.
John, so for the audio, if you're having issues, turn off the 3D audio setting on your PlayStation 5. For some reason, we don't know why, there's some kind of weird thing that happens with some setups, like something to do with some people's speaker or headset setup combined with something with PlayStation. We don't really know exactly what the reason is, but basically just turn off 3D audio and you should be good to go. Hopefully. Yeah, so that was pretty intense. Yeah, Dayhawk. The actress that plays Kirkin Oh my god, why is my brain not functioning right now? Is the same actress that was on Firefly.
Gina Torres.
Yes, thank you. Gina Torres. It's not like I don't know it, but sometimes my brain just fails me for no reason.
Yep.
But yeah, she's amazing. I have loved her since Firefly. I actually completely forgot, but she was also on a show called Angel. If I might be dating myself here, but if you ever watched Angel, she's on that show and she plays a goddess that mentors a really powerful young supernatural guy, and it's really funny. I rewatched that recently with my partner, and I was like, huh, whoever decided to like recommend her for the role of Kirkin must have seen her in this show. No problem, John. Yeah, I totally understand. Having an audio glitch is like immersion breaking, so I hope that fixes it for you. I love the doors. Why are the doors so pretty, Bogan? You guys made the game too pretty, okay?
Yeah, the doors are nice. I like the doors.
Kirkin may be gone, but our job's still the same. Eliminating Sandrak is holding the fonts.
There are 5, right?
Cool,
He can't
Marcus.
have
Let us
them
know
all
what you
yet.
think.
We may not know what the Binding Stone does or how Sandrak uses it, but we can try and keep him away from the rest if all of us just... What?
The fonts are hidden from us, Jack. Invisible. Buried in the liminal spaces where the borders between Aveum and the Shrouded Realm are weakest.
We only know the location of 2. The Palathon is actually built around one, and the other is in the Tower of Masks in Rashard.
Which means Sandrak's already used the Binding Stone to absorb its power.
We have to assume he has.
Technically, we now know the location of 3 fonts, but the one in the Pale Forest is, well, you saw what happened to it.
So that leaves the last 2, and only Sandrak knows where they are. Fine. Pin that. We concentrate on the Binding Stone instead. We know where that is. We just need to learn how to shut it off. And fast.
Not necessarily. According to my research, a Thradakol takes a huge toll on its possessor. Sandrak will have to rest before doing another stunt like that. We may have a little time.
Which leads us to former Grand Magnus Thaddeus. Kirkin's predecessor, now in exile. The oldest of us that's still...
Thaddeus is one
By
of
all
my
accounts, he
favorite
was an
characters
expert
of all
on
time.
Aristea. If there's a weakness,
Why is that?
Very Aristane
He's just got the best personality.
He's pretty rude.
Sticky wicket. The situation with Thaddeus.
That's not important.
I have
Kinda
questions.
feels like
but
it
after
is.
the cutscene.
What Zendara means to say is it doesn't matter that Thaddeus hates the Immortals and everything we stand for, because you'll undoubtedly figure out a way to convince him to help us. And a bonus potential setback, because the universe is cruel. Like the remaining fonts, we also don't know where Thaddeus is.
You think Jack wears
His last known
eyeliner?
location was the Sky Islands of Oregon, digging
Or
through
mascara?
archives at the Library of
Maybe.
Akon.
Sometimes
Okay,
really
then what are we
good
waiting for?
flashes
I go
look
to
like
Orman, make
eyeliner.
nice with a friendly librarian.
Yeah.
Actually getting to Oregon is difficult.
Darren Barnett actually does have
You're gonna need to learn
lashes
how to
like
ride
that.
a ley line.
That makes sense.
Devin, you're running support.
That totally
Walk
makes
Jack
sense.
through what he needs to do
Yeah.
to get airborne.
So what
He's
was
a handsome
When you
feller.
are, Jack.
Yeah, yes. Oh my god. I think I was watching, I don't remember what it was. It was one of the awards shows where he like went up on stage. And he just the reaction from everyone watching with me was like, wow, he's really handsome. It's just kind of insane.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky. Like we went to our first motion capture shoot, and this was pre-COVID, so we actually went to a stage and had Darren Barnett, Lily Coles, and Stephen Brand on set, which was awesome.
So
And
cool.
when it's kind of freaky, but when you meet Hollywood people, they truly do look like they're in a different echelon visually. I don't know if they're highly manicured or what. Like they start from a good place and then they get like polished and manicured, and they just look like they don't.
Yeah.
They don't just look like your average person.
Yeah.
You know.
It's kind of crazy. I completely agree. I feel like I've flown to LA a few times, and just like you can pick out the movie stars walking through the airport. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Notorious. That's so awesome that you've played the game 31 times. That's incredible.
What?
That's
31.
absolutely incredible. And Thor asked if it's hard to platinum this game. I don't think, I mean, I think it's a challenge. I definitely think it's a challenge because don't you have to play on the hardest difficulty, like, or 3 different difficulties, which includes the hardest difficulty in order to platinum? I think that's actually the case. But I'm not sure if you can get the platinum by doing the hardest difficulty in New Game Plus. Maybe? I'm not sure. I would look into that. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not an easy platinum, I would say, but it's very doable. One thing to keep in mind is there are areas of the game you can't access early on because you need certain abilities that you get as you play. So if you see like a puzzle you're not sure you can do, or you see like a blue kind of force magic barrier that you can't pass through, you'll be able to come back and do that later. So just kind of keep those locations in mind and return to them once you've kind of gotten your ward breaker and grapple and hover abilities. Those will help you out a lot. Restore as well, you need that, I think, to get to certain locations. So hello, Givenchy, as well. Yeah, the blue transparent doors, exactly. Okay. Oh, so Thaddeus, I wanted to ask you, so how did you guys come up with him and like the design for him and everything?
You'll need a special spell to properly.
Well, Brett really likes black trench coats.
Okay.
What's this spell like?
So
Like
that
Flash,
was
only
and
more
and
panels,
popped
vertical,
collars. He
and
loves
pair
popped
of
collars
lights.
too.
Fortunately, there's a shroud. in the
Gosh,
hallways
I don't know. Like, why is he just a crazy looking cowboy?
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't know. I think
But hey,
we all love Jeff Bridges.
never really got to talk about what
And
happened to Lucia.
They're
what
hard
was
for me
that
to
cowboy
pass,
flick he
honestly.
was in recently?
My feelings on all of that destruction.
Is it Yuba
Call me
or?
when you have the spell, and I'll tell you where we go from there.
Oh my gosh, my brain is not working this morning.
Oh, it's okay.
Anyway, yeah, Jeff Bridges is a cowboy, and also we're deeply in love with Sam Elliott and all the roles he plays in this kind of cowboy form. And we wanted because Thaddeus was a former leader of the Immortals, pre-Kirkin, and are we allowed to like spoil the story here? Because if I tell some lore about this, it's kind of
I
majorly
think so.
spoiler territory.
Let's ask chat. Are you guys okay with hearing some spoilers? Part of me assumes that everybody here has played the story already, but we actually have a lot of new players, so I'm not sure.
I'll try to tell it without spoiling then.
Okay, cool.
So an event happens to each leader of the Immortals, which is once learned about, I would imagine pretty traumatic to hear. So I guess Thaddeus had different values of maybe how his time was going with the Immortals and what the sacrifices might be with that role. So he basically went AWOL and left the Immortals behind and went to live in his little caldera out in the middle of Calthus somewhere, around the border of Calthus and Orman. What was I going with that? What was the question? I forgot.
How you guys came up with Thaddeus and like the design for him?
Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is like he's a bit of a rebel, right? So even though he was like a boss or a leader, very, very unlike Kirkin, like different motives, different different outlook on life. So we thought of him very much as a cowboy, like a rebel. And I think it wasn't just like we started drawing and we came up with a cowboy design. They're like, yeah, that one. I think very much from the beginning, like with Brett and Michael writing, that was kind of his character, this kind of rebellious, like old guy that exudes cool like an old cowboy. So that's kind of where all that got inspired from. And let's see. I think he was the first diarch that we designed. So he's got these, you don't really see it in the game, But if you pay attention to the cinematics that he's in and stuff, he's basically got a sigil on each arm. And the cool thing about the design is he's got these kind of sigil holsters on his legs, which you don't see. So sorry about that.
Nope, it's fine.
And like we always thought of him drawing his sigils like an old gunslinger. But he wouldn't physically grab sigils from his legs. He would kind of put his hands down in that iconic cowboy pose, and then the sigils would kind of like magically transfer from his legs onto his forearms. So that would have been sweet to see that. I don't think you get a chance to see that though.
Yeah, he's definitely got style and personality. I feel like he reminds me of Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly, except older. Like if Malcolm Reynolds was old and grizzled, that would be Thaddeus. He's so awesome.
We definitely had like Sam Elliott on the brain and Jeff Bridges.
That's so cool. Oh my God!
Of course, our actor killed it too. He was amazing.
Yeah. All of the actors that play all the main characters are so good. So cool. Okay, I think the spoiler chat is mostly over, you guys, so you're safe now. I don't think that is something that we'll be able to do for this game, Eirik. Add gyros for aiming for PlayStation. But DualSense and gyros and stuff like that are definitely things that have been requested by a lot of members of the community, so it's something we're keeping in mind for the future. Who knows what can happen in the future? But definitely not something that we can do for this game, unfortunately. Okay. Grapple. We're about to get grapple. So I am a Destiny trained jumper, FPS jumping puzzle person. Which tells you absolutely nothing because I'm still very bad at it. So I apologize in advance when I fall and have to repeat stuff because that will happen. Hey G, how are you doing? That's awesome, Impulse Sprints. I'm so glad you're enjoying it on PS5. We've had a lot of people come in just saying they just started today or yesterday. I'm so excited for more of you guys to get and love this game. It's so fun. There's the grapple. You can hover and then grapple. Then you can also use it to travel along ley lines, which is so cool. I have an art question about the ley lines. So how do you create this kind of effect? And like, was it challenging to have it look right in different environments?
The lane lines were a giant pain in the butt. We went through a few iterations of how they looked. And the real challenge was we kind of wanted the ley lines to look like a physical kind of magic.
Okay.
Like more physical than just like wispy, smoky strands of magic. So that's why it kind of has that glassy kind of, I don't know, crystally, half solid kind of look, or watery, maybe liquidy.
Cool.
How did we make it? We made so many. Like one version was obviously just geometry and with some fancy materials our tech artist made. They were not super performant.
Okay.
So I believe we may have made these things in Houdini, the geometry in Houdini. And it's basically kind of like a baked simulation, I think is probably the best way to explain it.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Well, they're beautiful.
They're very expensive, memory-wise.
I feel like some of the most beautiful artistic things in video games usually are.
Yeah, you can, if you want to know the technical term, it's called a VAT texture.
Oh.
So I think that stands for virtual animated texture.
Oh, cool.
I could be wrong. So if you want to get some brownie points and impress people, just say, "Oh, that's that for sure." That.
Oh, I made it. I have fallen into the water and not made it onto this bridge from this ley line so many times. Thank you for explaining. That's so cool. And welcome to Avium. Who the hell is Carlos and Impulse Prince? We've got some new people on PS5 hanging out. You guys are all awesome. Okay. Wait, did I go the wrong way? No, I did. I don't think I did. Maybe I did go the wrong way. Maybe I wasn't supposed to jump off there. I only have like, I don't know, 2,000 hours in this game or something. I'll get lost.
Oh my god.
You're downloading the game on PS5. Awesome, a blue whale. Well, have fun with it. I hope you have an awesome time. I'm sure you will. Yeah, I think I just went the wrong way.
It's so nice to see so many people picking this up for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah. Any creative endeavor is like the most satisfying when other people also enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I like how they just walk into the vortex, and I'm like, oh, I don't even need to come to you. They're already dead. Great. Okay. I go this way. This game is so gorgeous. We had a few minutes in the Shrouded Realm earlier where the Pentasod, said hello. And I was telling everybody how the Shrouded Realm is one of my favorite locations in this game because it's so different to all of the other ones, and it's just so beautiful and interesting. Do you have any like
purple?
Yeah. Do you have any inspirations you'd want to share for that?
Oh yeah. I'm old, so I grew up watching all the awesome special effects from the movies in the 1980s, and all the tricks they used to use with real film and miniature models and things like that. One of the famous techniques for getting these really amazing skies that feel kind of magical or ethereal or looming or overwhelming is a technique called cloud. I think it's called cloud tanks or milk tanks or something like that. But they would basically get a giant fish tank and they'd fill it with water.
What?
And then they would pour milk into it. And the milk all like, it's got a different like weight to it, and it separates in the water. It holds its form kind of, but spreads out.
Yeah.
And then they can stick a stick in there and twirl it and get things moving in a certain direction and twirling and spinning, and then they can put dyes in it and light it certain ways. And then if you watch an old movie like Ghostbusters, when the sky is kind of crawling towards the camera, it makes these really amazing like otherworldly looking kind of visuals, really.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that the Shrouded Realm was always kind of inspired by, well, it's at least started there. I don't know if it ended up looking like that, but one of the first tests we did for the Shrouded Realm, back when we were using UE4, we had a lot of tools that we were able to use that kind of disappeared on us in UE5, which it made me cry a little bit, but one of which was like this amazing displacement happening with the clouds. Like Joe Lim truly made it look like an old cloud tank, and it looked so amazing.
That's so cool.
And we had to change it up a little bit, but overall we still kept that kind of theme, that kind of look.
I also love the landscapes in this game, Eirik. I'm glad you're enjoying them, and I wish this game would come out for VR, Christian. I don't have words for how cool that would probably be if that ever happened. A girl can dream too. We're actually about to go to one of my other favorite locations, which is Orman, the Sky Islands, which I definitely want to ask you all about how you guys came up with the design for this, because it's just so interesting. A little bit of the lore behind this location is there was kind of this cataclysm called the Gaterond, where the landscape like basically fractured, and so what was left are these islands that float in the air. That's what you're seeing behind Devin here in the background. That's where we're about to go. Like, how did you guys come up with this location?
Brett's got a pretty vivid imagination. So I mean, right from the very beginning, we knew it had to be some cool floating rocks, and it was middle of the desert. It's the story behind Orman is that, you know, the Everwar has been going on for centuries, like longer, thousands of years. That's why it's called the Everwar, because it goes forever. Anyway, in Orman, it was once, you know, a lush and expansive civilization or population, much like the other kind of city-states in Aveum. But there was some kind of magical cataclysmal event that happened that basically, like a magic nuclear bomb, basically, of such magnitude, it pretty much made the entire place desolate. And the floating islands used to be a part of the ground. But in the event of this kind of like magic bomb, or if you will, it ended up like releasing all this earth, and it's being kept aloft by, you know, the magical residue, or the magical half-life, if you want to think about it that way. So they're just kind of floating up there. And the enemies that you fight up there are called the Chroniclers, and their task, they're basically constructs, so made by Magni, much like our Lucian construct, or I think even the Archon is a construct. They're basically like golems, if you think about it. But we kind of take a little bit more of a sci-fi leaning spin on them and make them out of metal. And
so cool.
So that's who you fight up there, the Chroniclers, and their duty was basically to chronicle the event of man on Aveum. So to tell the story of the Magni and the humans. But at some point, I think they realized that humans are real jerks, and there's this war going on, and they're going to destroy everything. So they kind of like gained sentience and started to rebel against them. So they kind of overtook that library up there, and are trying to write their own history, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. They're about to write us out of history. 1 second.
And I found a concept artist who I liked online on ArtStation. His name was Vlad Kach. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's from Europe, and it's spelled a little strangely for me. But his name is Vlad Kach, and he came up with the design for those Chroniclers, which I think is pretty rad.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And their arms, if you look at their arms, they're made of all these little articulating plates. Mm-hmm. And if you look closely on them, they have symbols on them. And this is going to sound a little funny, but so because they're chroniclers, and they basically, in a sense, write books. If you go into the library of Akoth, that's that big building you get to at the end of this level, the chronicles are all in the walls in the books. And they basically use, I imagine these plates kind of flipping forward towards the ends of their arms, and then they reach out and they kind of like, that's how they write the books, basically, with their arms.
That's
so it's
cool.
It's almost like those old lithograph plates or something like that.
That is
but yeah,
incredible.
That's kind of what they do. Yeah.
It's really interesting. I didn't realize this before working kind of closely with publishers and developers the few years before I joined Ascendant, and then definitely at Ascendant. But I didn't understand how important concept art was to actually creating video games. Like, you guys have, you hire a bunch of different concept artists. We have some in-house and some like the person that you found, and they just, sometimes you can describe a thing and you can have an idea for a thing in your head, but an artist like that can take it and literally visualize it for you, and then you can do so many cool things with that in the game engine, right? So, like, would you say that concept art is one of the most sort of key parts of game development in the beginning?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So cool.
I mean, well, the other thing is, like, and this is just my philosophy, I'm sure it's shared with a lot of creative studios. The beauty of concept art is sometimes they show you things that you weren't thinking. Yeah. So you describe, like, you have a creative director or someone, a writer, and they come up with these words on paper, and your brain imagines it. Just like when everyone looks at the clouds, they see something different. And then concept artists will go off and do some thumbnails or paintings or viz dev and whatever. And you look at that stuff and you see all these different things that you like. That's the beautiful thing. You see a bunch of things that you did not see in your head. And the back and forth that happens between the concept team and the directors looking at it, you often end up in a place where you didn't think you would be, in a positive way. So, I kind of see myself as a person who does not come up with all the visual ideas, but in a way kind of shepherds them all together to make sure that they're going in the same direction.
That's so incredibly cool. I just want to answer some questions real quick.
Yeah.
Carlos, I'm sorry. So the game already has had a big kind of DLC-like content update, except it was free. So we put out this update a few months ago, I want to say. It's called the Echolector update, and that included New Game Plus and like a new boss, a bunch of new kind of areas in the game, these Shatterfanes that are extra challenges, and there's loot at the end of them, and they're really cool. There's some lore behind that. So all of that was, it's kind of like a DLC, but it was a free update that we launched a few months ago. So that's already in the game. If you're jumping into the game now, you'll just have that as part of your game experience because it was free. It was included for everyone. We don't have any plans for multiplayer for Immortals of Aveum. No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's not currently possible. Who knows in the future if more people play the game and ask for sequels and ask for things? Who knows what can happen. So basically, the biggest thing you can do to help support the game and get more cool things into the game or to happen in the future is let people know you like the game, if you like the game, and try to get more people to try it. Pretty much.
Write reviews, tell your friends.
Yeah.
Play it 31 times.
Yeah.
Like Notorious.
Yeah, that was so cool. That's so incredible that you did that. Seriously. And Thanos and Nalgast, hello. It's great to see you guys as well. Yeah. But yeah, there's it's really one of those things that happens on the internet. I mentioned this earlier, but people that are unhappy about anything will very much talk about it on the internet, right? But when people are happy, when they're really enjoying something, they might not necessarily, oh no, I did not mean to use that, but oh well, I guess I'll just go with it. I'm sure I'll get some Dominion mana when I need it. But yeah, people that are happy, that are enjoying the game, don't always post about it on the internet. So I definitely have already seen so many comments from people just getting into the game with PS Plus, and like even before that, there were so many of you guys that love the game that have been posting and saying nice things, and I always try to share that with the devs, but also there are lots of other players and potential players that see your good comments and decide to check out the game too. And we don't want you we don't ever want anybody kind of like arguing about the game or anything, but just sharing good experiences. That's basically kind of the biggest, most supportive thing you guys can do, you know? So if
there's absolutely nothing more fulfilling than seeing evidence of someone enjoying the thing that you've worked on for 5 years.
Yeah.
It literally warms our hearts for sure.
Yeah. 100,000%. Look at this incredible gorgeousness. I jumped in and there was combat, so I couldn't just like look around. But I mean, look at this place.
Kind of want to live there. Won't lie. No cap, as the kids say.
Yeah. So incredible. A photo mode. I also wish for photo mode in Allgast. I would love it if we could even just have a way to turn off the HUD for players, because then it's not quite a photo mode, but it's definitely something that would make screenshots kind of cleaner and easier. And it would also allow people to have an even more kind of immersive experience. Like if you've played the game a few times and you want an even more intense challenge, you could turn off the HUD and then you're really like in the world, right? Just reacting to how you feel. You might be taking damage and you might not know it. So everything is just riskier. I've played, there were a couple of games that I played that were first person that you could do that in, and it was crazy. It was so difficult. You're basically going in blind, right? Not only do you not see like enemy health bars, but you don't see your own health bars. You don't know how much mana you have. You don't know anything. You don't have quest markers. It's really cool. So I don't know if that's at all something that will ever be an option in Immortals of Aveum, but it's definitely feedback we've gotten before, requests for a photo mode or having the HUD off. So it's definitely feedback we're keeping in mind for the future. So no promises, but who knows? In the future, anything could happen. Can I get there? I think, yes. Oh, okay. Just gotta not overshoot it. I am very likely to fall to my death often on this level, but it's so beautiful. I am not upset about it. Oh, I hovered too soon, I think. Yep. Oh, nope. Yep. Damn it. Okay. Gotta just jump a little more slowly. Oh, I'm not gonna make this. But there's a grapple.
Good save.
There's not a grapple over there. I just hover in the right spot. Okay, there we go. I made it! Oh. Okay. Okay. This is not what I intended. The only thing I don't like about Time Burst is that it slows down my actions too, so I can't like activate all the things I want to activate sometimes in time. Oh boy, this guy really doesn't like me. But now he's dead, so it's okay. Okay, all right. This I can't get to yet. Okay, we'll come back. Anytime you see anything you can't quite get to, I definitely recommend kind of just trying to remember where it was. It's sometimes hard because everything is so beautiful, and this place is definitely a little bit easy to get turned around in, I guess, but not really if you start from the beginning. So if you kind of like jump into the level from the beginning, you can just keep moving through it. And just always remember to look around. Wherever you are, there's definitely some really cool hidden nooks and crannies, and that's where you might find things like really special gear or other abilities like Vortex and Time Burst, which you can miss them. One of them is actually here in the library. I forget which one is which, but one of them is here. This game makes your nerdy brain fantasize. I love that. Thank you, Thanos. People love the visuals. Oh, that's the wrong.
If you like the Library of Akoth in Oromon, and you want to check out more concept art from someone who did the concepts for this stuff, his name is Armando Savoia. You can find him on ArtStation. He's got some really beautiful stuff.
That's so cool. Armando Savoia, you said?
Yeah, I don't know if I pronounced his last name correctly, but it's Savoia. Savoia.
Savoia. Okay.
Yeah,
Armando
Armando
Savoia.
Savoia.
Cool. So cool.
He's from Italy.
So cool.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things about Ascendant is that our team is distributed, right? And we're remote. So there's people from not just all over the country, but all over the world that work at Ascendant and also worked with Ascendant on Immortals of Aveum. And it's really amazing that like so many incredible, brilliant, creative minds collaborated to make this incredible piece of art. It's just so cool when you think about it. Video games are so complicated.
We saw Armando's work on this project called Umakala.
Oh.
And we saw that stuff and we're like, oh my God, that needs to be in our game, something like that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Ah. All the way up there, huh? Okay. I love the Leylodons. I think if I had to have a favorite enemy, it might actually be them.
They're pretty neat, yeah.
They're so cool.
They're kind of like really nasty betta fish.
Yeah.
Eels, crocodiles.
Yeah. The teeth. They're terrifying.
I think the story behind I think they're in the art book too, are they not?
Yes, they are.
I think the story behind them is that they're like leftover, like basically corrupted magic or something like that.
Yeah, well, the Lurge, which is all of this stuff on the ground. Oh, he's pulling me into him. No! Leave me alone! Oh, God. Not good. Not good. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, so part of the responsibility of the Immortals is to clear out this Lurge, to restore the land. And part of that is fighting the Leylodons. I love having this so handy. Hold on. Now I want to look them up. This art book is so cool. There's a piece of art at the back of this. I'm just going to go to Big Cam for a second so they can see it. So that is the art in the back of the art book, and that's a Leylodon. You guys may have seen this art elsewhere, but it's just so gorgeous, and they're such intimidating, epic monsters. Oh, no. We lost Bogan.
We have a huge version of that painting on our wall in our office.
Yeah.
And that was done by Morten Peterson. Amazing. Yeah. Morten Solgaard Peterson. Amazing concept artist.
Yeah.
Another person I tracked down on ArtStation and followed him around from company to company that he went to. And I finally convinced him that he needed to come work here.
That's so cool. Nalgest, it's totally okay to share screenshots. We love when you do that. I just haven't gotten around to responding to all the really awesome posts from yesterday, so I'm sure I'll see it a little bit later after stream. Should I read out what the Leylodon's entry is?
Sure.
Yeah. Leylodons were once healthy ley lines. Wait, so that creature was a ley line?
Yep.
What? Okay, that have since become warped from exposure to the horrors of the Everwar. They nest in pools of corruption, hiding from the eyes of the Pentasod, only emerging when provoked. I did not know that. So the Leylodons are actually ley lines turned angry. Angry nature. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. So Morten came up with the design kind of, or did the concept art for them initially?
Those went through a bunch of rounds of concept, but yeah, eventually Morten designed the final look of those things.
That is so cool.
And a great company called Swaim did the character model for it.
That is incredible.
They have a really amazing sculptor over there. His name is Nikolai Dimensievich. He is incredible.
How do you go about finding cool people for concept artwork on ArtStation? Do you just kind of like put in search terms for things that might fit?
Oh, I just look at it all the time.
That's cool.
It's so filled with amazing stuff. Like, it's incredible.
That is so cool.
The ability to find good people to work on things is quite easy these days with the internet. I mean, back when I started at LucasArts in like the mid to late 90s, I don't even remember how we found people. People just send stuff in because they were excited and want to work on things. But you would, I don't even know how you would track down artists back then. A lot of the times we would just go to the schools where people were graduating and we would see people there, or, you know, magazines and books and things like that. And of course, other entertainment or companies that were doing animation or whatever, you could kind of find people that way, but it was much harder back then.
I can imagine. The internet has just allowed people to connect so much more easily about all of our interests, video games, art, everything in between, which is just so cool. I feel like we live in a difficult time in a lot of ways, but also an incredible, wonderful time in a lot of ways. We're very, very lucky.
Yeah, I think hopefully we're just going through some kind of correction right now with the industry, but
I don't
like
even
it's
mean
pretty fantastic that you can go into ArtStation and spend a couple hours just looking through hordes of amazing stuff, see something that really gravitates with you, and then just reach out to that person. And they could be in China, they could be in Italy, they could be anywhere, South America, you know, all over the world. And we worked with people all over the world. Worked with people in Georgia, out near China. We worked with people in China. We worked with people in Malaysia, Brazil,
so cool.
all over. So amazing.
Yeah. I feel like I may have asked you this before. I don't remember. Please let me know if I have. But what are these? I don't even know what to call them. These things in between the rock?
Michael may have came up with an actual term for them, but they're called metal memories.
Oh.
So you'll notice that when you fight those chroniclers, that they kind of barf out this metally stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, I think this is their new way of cataloging their, like, the existence and memories.
Wow.
It's obviously kind of gone wrong. Like, they're just broken, these guys. And but that's basically what that is. It's metal memories.
That is so cool.
Yeah. I wish I could borrow Michael Kirkbride's brain for one day and put it in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
The amount of strange ideas and words and visuals that he sees is pretty incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Phil, so you can change the difficulty at any time. I think you have to play the game on all 3 difficulties in order to complete the platinum, but I don't know if New Game Plus counts for it. So, like, you could theoretically play through normal game on normal, right? And then start up New Game Plus and bump it up to Immortal difficulty, and then you would have all of your gear. However, if you wanted to start the game again, not in New Game Plus, but just like start a brand new playthrough, nothing would carry over because that's a brand new playthrough. And I'm not sure if starting New Game Plus counts for the Platinum Trophy. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I will ask for you. I don't know if Bogan knows that off the top of his head. But we'll try to find out. Yeah. Basically, so people are asking about how to platinum it, because PlayStation totally makes sense. But one of the achievements for platinum is completing the game on all 3 difficulties. And I don't know if, like, playing it on Immortal difficulty in New Game Plus counts as a completion in Immortal difficulty.
That would be a question for Jason Warnke.
Okay. I will ask Jason and let you guys know.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think I saw another question. Oh, which games did you guys take inspiration from? From Cleed. Question from Cleed.
Well, when Brett started imagining this thing, there was definitely some Call of Duty in there. Like, if you look at basically you're playing a wizard, and when you think of the word wizard, you definitely do not think of what you're looking at on screen or with our characters. Oh. So Call of Duty inspired us to take the idea of a wizard and put them in the trenches and make them more battle worn and gritty and boots on the ground, if you will. So, like, not we might have this too, but like you wouldn't really see a wizard standing on top of a mountain like conjuring up a giant spell, and they're just untouchable, like Gandalf or something. It's more you're in the trenches, you're part of the military. So, what other games? I think BioShock is probably in our brains. You know, what else? We all enjoyed all the Magic games of the past, like Hexen, or what's that other one? Hexen.
Heretic, I think.
Heretic, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yes, yeah, I remember playing that and loving that.
Oh, thank you, Thomas. So, someone in one of my chats said people on PSN profiles are saying you can get the trophy for hardest difficulty in New Game Plus. So that would actually be a great strategy because you'll have a lot of power-ups. You'll have all of your ascensions from normal game, so you can respec if you want or keep the same spec. You'll have all of your gear. You'll be able to upgrade it further. So, no, the studio isn't closed, Lost Warhead. We just launched the game on on PlayStation Plus yesterday, and we're still putting out updates. We have an update planned for the near future to bring HDR to PC and FSR3 with frame generation to consoles and also PC. So yeah, they're still putting out updates, still doing stuff, still supporting the game. We have a Discord you guys can join, by the way, if you want to stay in touch. Some of the devs hang out in there too. It's just discord.gg/Immortals of Aveum. And of course, we have Twitter and Instagram, Threads, and YouTube community. And I think there's another one. Forgetting. Might be it. I'm not sure. There's so many platforms. We're on all of them. I hope you enjoy it, Cleed. Let us know what you think. Definitely stop by Discord or let us know on Twitter, whatever your platform of choice is, where you pay attention to all of them. So we'd love to hear your thoughts. As Bogan said earlier, sort of just seeing and knowing that people are enjoying the incredible work that so many people have put into this game over the last 5 years is such like a boost for all of us. So thank you. 2 or 3 people said you could indeed do it that way, Thomas. Cool. Thanks. So yeah, sounds like you can definitely just do New Game Plus for hardest difficulty, which I did not know, and that's awesome. Good to know. I feel like there was another question I wanted to ask you. Oh, what are these blue orbs? I feel like they have some sort of meaning that I just have no idea what they are.
I think I need to ask Julia about that one.
Okay.
Julia, what are these blue orbs in the ley line? What are these things again?
Blue. Oh, those are just lights.
Those are just lights.
Really cool magical lights. Hi, Julia. I fixed the camera if you feel like hanging out at any
I
point.
thought they looked kind of cool. It's part of Armando's designs.
So cool.
Just lights.
Really, really cool lights. I mean, like, I love that that's just a minor detail in the game, but it's so gorgeous.
So, like, since we're doing kind of like a fantasy game and we don't have, like, I guess, traditional electricity we have to figure out a way to have cool light sources in each of the environments.
Makes sense.
So a lot of our stuff is outdoors, so you get the the sunlight, but inside the environments, we need to come up with cool ways to light the environment. So we had fun making light sources for each of the places.
So beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Devin,
I think
I keep
Orman is
coming
probably
across
my
some
all-time
weird
favorite
swirling metal
location.
material.
Shrouded
Any idea what it
Realm.
is?
I've seen it.
Maybe they're tied. Shrouded Realm and Orman.
Instructions to improve on them, to do their jobs better and faster. Sometimes they.
Yeah, Orman's pretty cool.
It comes out of them like.
Do you have a favorite, Bogan?
You mean
I think it might be Orman. Yeah.
Okay.
learning?
Sure. Invariably, it bubbles out and just makes a mess.
Just hanging out on the ley line.
Before it happens.
Having a little FaceTime call. Magical FaceTime call with my friend.
Around here, means one of us have probably become very, very
So
smart.
cool. I've actually never.
You almost kind of look like you're in a Farcall stone. Oh, we should have done that.
Yeah.
We should have put a little Farcall stone border around you.
Oh, for my camera. Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
cool. I did not think of that. Hey, if I do
Damn.
more streams in the future, you can always do it. Change it up.
Yes.
This I won't be able to access yet. Okay.
Could you put like some alpha over top of the video so it looks like
yeah.
you're inside the crystal? That would be sweet.
Yeah, totally. OBS is a very powerful tool. This thing is going to wreck me. But, oh, nope. Trying to back the thing on its back. There we go. So, pro tip for anybody playing the game. Look at that. So, yeah, these are the things that come out of their arms. It disappeared so quickly that Bogan was talking about earlier. So cool. But yeah, the Chroniclers and the Constructs as well have a weak point. The Constructs is usually their head. Sometimes it's on their back also. I think they have some weak spots on their backs. But for the Chroniclers, for sure, there's a weak spot on their back. So if you can kind of slow them down. If you don't have Time Burst, you can always use Limpets to do it also. The Limpets is a control spell. And it's that little bottle of limpets, and those little green blobs, you can level them up so that they last longer, slow things down more, and also explode if you combine them with red magic. So like you shoot something with limpets to slow it down, and then use your red magic to attack it, and they'll just cause like secondary explosions. It's a really, really cool feature. This is so beautiful. The Orman is just crazy. Like the rock formations remind me of like steppes and plateaus in like places like Arizona and Utah and like the red rock there kind of. But then the metal memories and the ley lines and the fact that everything is floating in the air is just so cool. I could just spend hours and hours and hours here, and in fact have done quite a few times. Don't text in ley line. Yeah. Nice, Thomas. I hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving us pro tips without even playing yet. Okay. Doesn't look like that has a timer. That's good. Where's the green one? Over here, maybe? I know I just said I've been here for many, many, many hours, but I still don't remember where the thingies are. Sorry, my memory is utter poop. So sometimes when you have to open a door, you have to look for the way to open the door. I don't think I can do this yet, can I? Yeah, I can. Maybe I have to open the door, actually. There we go. Ah! Big green up there. There we go. Okay. This opened the Shroud Vein here. So I don't remember which this one is. Do I want to do a Shroud Vein? Yeah, why not? Let's try it. Although this one might be the jumpy one. Can't remember if it's the jumpy one. I don't know if I have that kind of ability right now. We can try it. Why not?
I'll be impressed if you beat this.
Oh God. Yeah, I remember having a really hard time with this. We'll try it once. I won't get stuck on it, but I love the Shroud Veins in general. The design of them is so cool. This like techie kind of I don't even know what you call this. The structure the structures that you stand on and how they like reform around you, and all the purple is so cool. How did you guys come up with these?
Really, this is supposed to be like kind of like an abstracted way that Magic builds worlds or something like that. Like if you look at the platforms that you stand on, they look like they're built out of a bunch of cubes. One of the hallmarks of blue magic is squares and cubes and perpendicular right angle diagonals. But if you look closely on the blocks, you can start to see these kind of like wavy, kind of green magic inspired patterns. And I believe the red magic comes through in the crystallization inside. So we were trying to come up with some kind of visual that incorporated all three magics, basically.
That's so cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try one more time. I did complete this previously, but I'm not very good at it, obviously.
It's hard.
It is really hard. Oh, nope.
At least you can relash back on there.
Can,
sometime.
but you gotta do it. Ah, no. Okay. We might save this for another time. It is quite tricky. I'm gonna run out. One nice thing is if you feel stuck in any of these Shroud Veins, you can always just exit back out. Don't text in Leyline. Phil, so there's not really, the game is not really open world exactly like a traditional open world game. It's kind of, Bogan I think has talked about it before, it's kind of like a hub and spoke system. So there are some different hub areas, and from the hub areas you can go to certain locations. Like to get to Oromon, the first time you have to ride a ley line right from Havenshire, but then I think you can travel here via portal after visiting the first time. So I think you have to unlock the portal. I might have not done that yet, but yeah, basically you can always come back to these locations later. So it's not exactly open world, but it does feel a little bit like that a lot of the time, which is really cool. And you can come back to almost all of the areas that you visit. So anytime you see something you maybe can't get to or can't quite do yet, like that Shroud Vein that I just quit, you can always come back and do it later, which is really nice. And there are definitely lots of like hidden chests, and even some of your talents like Vortex and Time Burst. I forget which one is which and like which one is located where, but one of them is here in Oromon. You kind of have to ride a ley line and find your way to it, but it's really, really amazing, obviously, if you get it. So I recommend exploring. Look at how incredibly cool this is.
I think so. Right behind a big-ass pile of that mined metal shit.
The chroniclers dropped it off. Why?
How would I know? I'll try to clear a path.
It's so beautiful, this whole place. Like, it has traditional books, but also the memory metal, and just the way it all is so flowy. Oromon just seems extremely flowy to me in the best way. So beautiful. Best game since Doom Eternal. Thank you, Jonathan. And John, so the HDR patch actually released yesterday. There is another patch coming with FSR3 and frame gen in the near future. We don't have an exact date for it yet, but it is coming. And we'll definitely let you guys know when that hits for console. And HDR is also coming to PC in a future patch. They may or may not be the same patch. So stay tuned, pretty much. But the patch that went out with HDR went out yesterday, so it's already in the game. If you already have the game, just make sure it's updated, which it usually, I think, updates automatically on console, but in case you somehow have turned that off, turn it back on. Okay, I don't remember exactly what I'm supposed to do here. I think... There are side rooms, which are also really cool. You're basically solving a giant puzzle and fighting some enemies here. Trying to get around their backs. Oh, and I missed. Oh, not good, not good. Not good. Those spinny attacks of doom are quite intense. Okay. I guess. Maybe. Nope. Hard to hit them in the back. Even if you time burst them, it's tricky. Okay. These guys are always, unless they're starting to attack you, the elementals are very tricky to hit. But they do take little pauses, so if you just kind of like wait, be patient. Something is shooting at me. Ah. Hi, buddy. Bye, buddy. Okay. Survived. I have a bunch of ascensions that I have not used. Okay. I'm gonna do that real quick. I guess I could... Maybe I'll save that for the start of tomorrow's stream. Instead of starting off with a big fight, we'll add some talents first, and then probably do a big fight. Your PS5 runs this in 2160 Ultra HD, and it looks really great. That's so awesome, Impulse Prince. I'm so glad to hear you're enjoying it. That's super cool. Oh, some lore. If you guys ever come across something shiny like this, definitely go check it out. There's lore that will teach you more about the game. I won't read it for you, so you can discover it for yourself, but it's pretty cool. Okay, need to figure out how to undo all of these, but there's an order to it, and I don't remember the order. That's okay. Okay. When you play the game, do you have a preferred type of magic to use, Bogan? Oh, can't hear you. I think he's talking to Julia. That's my guess. I think he's talking to Julia. Hi, Drashna. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Christian, I definitely like blue magic. Although my first playthrough of this game, like on stream, was green magic. I really, really wanted to play with the ley lines. But, wait, did I get everything in this room? No, I'll have to get that, but I don't think I can get there until I get the other room done. Okay.
So the gameplay here, Tess, is you're kind of like unlocking these kind of stuck. I kind of almost like to think of this thing as like a giant brain or something. You've got all these synapses and neurons, and is since they're the metal memories and you're trying to clear them to kind of unblock your path.
Gotcha. That totally makes
You're basically,
sense.
yeah, you're trying to clear the memories like they're stuck or something. So yeah, it's kind of like a brain parallel or something.
We're just gonna melt everybody. That works so well. When you're in a pinch, use your Dominion. Okay. So, I think you had your headset off when I asked earlier. Do you have a favorite color of magic to play? Like when you're playing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think red.
Okay, okay.
But it's less like a favorite color that I have, more so like mixing different things together. I
Okay.
have favorites of those things. Like the best thing is to lash an enemy and pull it towards you, and then shotgun them as soon, like with red magic, as soon as it gets close. That's one of my favorites. Or you mentioned earlier when you can use the limpet balls to slow people down, but if you can shoot them with red magic as they're leaving, they turn into like sticky bombs, and that is super cool too.
Oh.
But I think like the red magic stuff, it's pretty satisfying because it like sends enemies flying and they kind of eviscerate into these molten particles. That's pretty cool.
So cool. Hey, haha, how are you doing? Thanks, Christian. Okay. How do I do this? Vaguely remember how.
All right, Tess, I gotta jump out. I gotta prep for a meeting coming up.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us, Bogan. You're awesome. We really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thanks everybody for playing the game. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. Turn that off. We've got like 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna try to get past this puzzle. Let me just say thank you. Cool. Okay, so trying to figure out. I know that goes up there, but how does that help me? And then where am I supposed to go from here? I think I'm supposed to go there from here. I swear I have done this before. Oh, am I gonna make it? Nope. Nope. Darn. Okay. Okay. Will I solve the puzzle before stream's end? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Hello! That's really cool that you're from Korea. I'm so sorry I can't read your name. I wish I knew Korean. I actually really want to learn Korean because my partner of the last 10 years and beyond is Korean. We both actually really want to learn Korean because he only knows a little bit. So at some point, someday, we will take some classes. But I'm so glad you're enjoying watching the game. If you are on PlayStation, you can grab the game for yourself with your PlayStation Plus subscription, or check out the free trial on PlayStation or Xbox, or the free demo on Steam. Yeah, okay, so that one. What happens if I get all of them? Why does this not work? This one stays activated. Do I really have to be closer? I do have to be closer. Yep. You're in a boss fight right now. Oh my gosh, Nolgas! Good luck! And Ghetto Nerd, welcome back! Haha, how is your Wednesday going? I hope it's awesome. What magic should you use right now? Kuzuri, what are you fighting? Sorry, I'm scrolling up to see if you mentioned it. I guess it kind of depends on where you are and what you're doing, right? So you can always use what you prefer. Oh, Talus, thank you so much. This is a jewel. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saying so. I will definitely relay that to the other devs. You are awesome to say that. Very much appreciated. You guys are absolute rock stars. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I have to be up there. I'm pretty sure I need to be up there. Okay. And then I guess I have to shoot this and then jump onto it, right? There's no way to make that. I can make this. There's some lore here. The boss after the forest in chapter 5, 6. Okay. Oh, you're just walking to an area right now and there's probably a bunch of enemies ahead. I would just ready up whatever your preferred tool is, honestly. And you should be good. You can always adjust on the fly. And the only things that really won't take damage from other colors are those elementals, right? So like blue shields are easier to break with blue magic, for example, but you can still break them with other kinds of magic. So you can, for example, like you can use your Shatter Fury. This one, I don't know if I can do it here. But, oh, I guess I can. So you can use that to like break a shield and then fire off green magic after if you want. You can always kind of use a combination of different magics to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Okay. Don't know if I am going the right way, but I really hope so. I think I need to get up there. Oh no, this is where I was before. Okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to get onto this thing. Can I still see you or not yet? What do you mean? I can see you guys right now. Red then blue? Bianco? Or Blanco, I'm so sorry. But then I can't get up there. I'll try it though. Ah, you're absolutely right. Thank you so much. That totally worked. Thank you for the pro tip, Blanco. I appreciate it. Your preferred is green, so you'll use green? Go for it. Sounds like a good plan to me. That was really helpful. Thank you so much. Hey, Albedo, how are you doing? Working and lurking. Thank you, haha. I appreciate that so much. You guys are so awesome. I'm so happy to be streaming again. I missed you guys a lot. I am streaming again tomorrow. I'm gonna have to wrap up in a second here, but I am streaming again tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern, on YouTube and my Twitch. After that, I won't be live on YouTube again, probably for a while. I don't know exactly when or if we'll do more game streams on the IOA channel or ASC channel. We might. It's just kind of up in the air. But on my Twitch channel, I am back to streaming regularly. I had to take some time off after my surgery, but I am doing better. The hip is still not exactly 100%, but it is definitely better than it was. So still a work in progress, but I'm back to streaming regularly. So my schedule right now is Tuesdays and Thursdays starting around, I'm probably going to try to start around 10 a.m. Eastern, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe like 9:30, but let's just say 10. And also Saturdays. If I don't stream Saturday, I'll always stream on a Sunday. But usually I'll stick to Saturdays. And I think I'm going to try to start around the same time on Saturdays, like 9, 10 a.m. Eastern. And that'll be it for now. I may do some evening streams as well. And those will just kind of be like whenever I have time and energy. So stay tuned to my Twitter at Test Games, or join my Discord, which is linked below my Twitch. You can type !Discord in the Twitch chat if you want to link to it, or just look below the stream on all the panels. You can also find me on YouTube. Test Games is my YouTube, and I will be putting out videos. I think I'm going to do a few Immortals of Aveum videos, and also maybe some other games. But I'm going to try to do, like, I'm not even going to put a schedule on it. I'm just going to try to put out some videos when I can. That's the plan for now. Thank you, Christian. I really appreciate that. You're awesome to do that. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. Hopefully where I am is now saved. I think I'm pretty much good to go here. I'll need to like finish this puzzle, and there's some more puzzly kind of areas in the library before you kind of progress, and that'll be nice to start with tomorrow morning. So we'll start here tomorrow morning, and we'll continue onwards. Peace. Thanks for the stream. Thank you so much, Z06 and Blanco and Christian and Kazuri and Thanos and Nautical Menace and Albedo and Haha and Nalgas and Ghetto Nerd Society and Hydro and Nefu and Drashna and Impulse and Phil and Thomas and literally every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are absolutely incredible. For anybody just trying this game for the first time on PlayStation, thank you so much for giving it a chance. I hope you enjoy it. If you're watching later on YouTube, thank you for checking out the stream. Thank you for checking out the game. Definitely, if you enjoy it, share that. That's the best way to help the studio and help more content happen for the game. Basically just let people know you like it, so maybe they'll try it out for themselves. No game is for everyone. If you try to make a game for everyone, it's very, very high ask. So it's okay if not everybody likes it, but we definitely just want more people to try it, because a lot of people that try it really fall in love with it, because I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, just tell people if you enjoy it, and just tell people what you think regardless. And yeah, come back and tell us what you think as well. And I hope you have a wonderful day as well out in Korea. It's so cool. We're gonna visit also someday, maybe once we learn the language a little bit. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern right here.